I'm suing everyone. I can't take this anymore. There's people on the internet who are calling me a con artist. Listen, just because I've been selling fake government insiders for years? Hey, that doesn't mean I'm scamming anyone. I'm an artist, a bullshit artist, yes, but I'm an artist, damn it. Just because I sold fake secret space adventures with Corey, no good for years? Hey, that was some great bullshit, well worth the money I got paid for those fake documentaries, nonsense courses and speaking engagements selling Corey's fake Buck Rogers science fiction and time travel space adventures. I can't take this anymore. People keep calling me out on my decades of fake information, disinformation, lies, and bullshit. People are calling me a con artist. How dare you? I am going to sue you all. As soon as I get this loan, it's all a new game. Yes, that's right. I'm getting the money by this Monday. I mean Tuesday. Well, maybe Thursday. It may not come till this weekend. All right. It should be here next week. If not then, definitely next month. I'm the world's greatest prophet, even though nothing I predict ever happens. Hey, remember when I promised everyone they'd get superpowers? Well, I'm promising that again because people who give me money forget so fast. Why shouldn't I pull that one again? I'm the best bullshit artist on earth. People just forget how many times I predicted those mass arrests that never happen. People forget I promised people solar flashes and world-changing events every time I have a new $333 round of new bullshit to sell. It's a great grift. Anyone remember when I promised people I'd sell them the secrets to free energy and anti-gravity and promised if you gave me $333 that you'd be able to do it too? So funny, no one could do it, but I moved right on to the angel grift after the free energy grift. Remember when I told everyone that Danny and Brinkley was on his deathbed again? I charged everyone $333 for his last talk and course. Turns out he didn't die that time. He's still alive and well. I guess I lied to fake urgency to convince people to buy another course. And hey, let's not forget I keep promising people free energy-driven anti-gravity hover cars that you can even power your house for free from. Forget how many people are suing Stavati Aerospace. It's totally not a scam at all. Like it's real. I just need the loan to come through, then I'll deliver. People keep calling me a con artist, but I am an artist. The world's greatest bullshit artist, sure, but I am the greatest at something, and you are not. I am also Edgar Cayce reincarnated, even though the Edgar Cayce Foundation disputes that and doesn't want me making money off Edgar Cayce's legacy. Remember my charity? I collected perhaps hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I spent it all. Me and my wife had an awesome time spending almost $5,000 from those charitable contributions on meals and entertainment. Then I spent thousands on software and equipment. It was awesome. I did almost no real charity work, neither did my wife. We did give about a nickel on the dollar to other charities, but we spent the other 95% on expenses. Why did we have so much in expenses if we do no real charity work anyone can see? Hey man, I have expensive tastes. We bought furniture, software, equipment, computers, cameras, and supplies. Toys for me to play with. Running a charity is fun when you get so much free money to spend. But listen, you need to forget about all my past grifts and keep your mouth shut about all the disinformation, misinformation, and fake government insiders I've sold in the past. Now I have really compelling new bullshit to sell you, so get out your wallets. I need to praise the cash hard right now. I'm suing everyone. I can't take this anymore. There's people on the internet who are calling me a con artist. Listen, just because I've been selling fake government insiders for years? Hey, that doesn't mean I'm scamming anyone. I'm an artist, a bullshit artist, yes, but I'm an artist, damn it. Hello, I'm David Wilcock. I know many of you are struggling with the crippling economy and runaway inflation. Still, it's never a good time to stop grifting, so I can't stop now. I need your money now more than ever. I have a new special offer for you. It's only $333. I know many of you may not have grocery money for the month or rent money, but forget that. Who needs to eat or keep a roof over their head when you can get superpowers from me instead? So forget about all your worries. Buy my special offer before the 3 days of darkness comes and mass arrests. Yeah, see? This special piss came from me, the divine prophet. It's very special piss, see? It will cure all that ails you, see? Yes, see, this special piss can be yours for just $333. The Archangel Michael told me to sell my special profit piss. See? Make sure you buy gallons and gallons of my special profit piss. It can give you superpowers. Yeah, see? My special profit piss can give you superpowers. The Archangel Michael confirms that if you buy my profit piss, you too can get superpowers. Yeah, see? Get your superpowers from my piss. But wait, there's more. If you send me $333 for this special offer, you will receive a big bonus. Thousands and thousands of pages of failed predictions I can't prove predicted the future. I didn't write this nonsense. An angel did. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank God Almighty. Praise the cash. And thank the Archangel Michael, too. He's helping a lot in this grift. Praise the cash. Yeah, see? We're praising the cash. Embrace the grift. Buy my crap. Buy my profit piss today. So get out your wallets. Forget about your mortgage, your bills. Forget about your car payment or your medical bills. Forget about the terrible economy and buy my special offer today. Who needs food in the refrigerator when you can get superpowers from my profit piss? Operators are standing by.
Stavati's been a ghost ship, 20 years of empty claims, with hangars full of garbage and dreams that never came. Now he's fishing for new suckers to store more junk inside, while promising his gullible fans hover cars and free energy rides.
We are working on anti-gravity. As soon as we get financed, which again is coming very soon.
Divine insights were handed down, but now they cost a fee. In the wacky world of Wilcock, that's the way it's gotta be. Financial resets, debts erased, a world so fair and bright. The alliance never came, and neither did his wife. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Extraterrestrial pals, they're coming here to stay. Disclosure's always just around, but aliens delay. Law of one, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, all mixed up in one. David stealing from the best, but his fans think it's a brand new one. Plagiarizing profit, that's his favorite routine. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense reigns supreme, we'll all get rainbow bodies, whatever that might mean. And Jesus is an alien, the wildest thing you've seen. David's on a hero's journey through dimensions far and wide. Draco reptilians know where he lives, so in his mansion he must hide. Catastrophes and end times, we're on the brink, he said. But my coffee's brewing nicely, and I'm still in my bed. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. No one's suffering like David in his mansion grand and tall, with bison, steak, and chicken. He's the loneliest of all. His teeth are fake as his prophecies, and courses that he sells. In the wacky world of Wilcock, he's ringing all the bells.
If we bathe in our own urine, we can gain superpowers. Doing the bath does help. Or you urinate before you get into the bathtub, and then you drink new water out of a glass, and when you're in the bathtub, you can do a little more.
Buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. His PowerPoint slides are packed with schizophrenic rants, forced to stream on YouTube now, bankruptcy's a stance. Stavati Aerospace, a Ponzi scheme they say. So pay pigs better pay up, or like Corey Good he'll stay. So many dates, so many dreams, none of them come true. But hey, don't fret, just buy the course and I'll enlighten you.
For God's sake, take the deal. okay? But you have to take the deal and you have to cooperate. Rise, rise, rise. And you feel yourself, kinetic energy of levitation, tingling across your skin.
In 2012, we all ascend. A cosmic shift was due. But here we are in 24, and nothing much is new. Mass arrests and cabal busts. Beliefs should quake in fear, yet they're still here, sipping wine. And we're all stuck right here, in a world of greed and good. Crush and loot, with their claims nobody tops David Wilcock, with his fringe and wacky games, while they're sharing UFOs and theories kinda tame. David's got aliens who wanna sleep with him and eat him, what a shame. He's the master of the bizarre, with rainbow bodies on display, in the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense leads the way. So here's to Dave, the shyster bold, but tale so far-fetched and grand, in his world of make-believe, where fantasy's second-hand. He strings his fairy tales and lies between his YouTube streams, for his cat crystal ladies who gobble up his dreams.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. We are back to take a look at the wacky world of Wilcock, but Mr. Wilcock has not streamed for several weeks now, and I believe that I know why that is. Now, I will freely admit that that is my own speculation, but it's well-informed speculation, because David Wilcock has a particular pattern whereby he will run a scam, and then when the scam comes crashing down and it becomes extremely obvious that he scammed everyone and his predictions all fail, he goes away for a little while. We call it the Cosmic Con Shuffle. You got to shuffle out of the public's attention for a little while you develop a new scam and hope they forgot that you just scammed them. Then you shuffle back in. It's the Cosmic Con Shuffle. I believe that we're getting ready to see an epic Cosmic Con Shuffle that will be perpetrated by David Wilcock, because as we have detailed here so extensively, David Wilcock is now running the Ascension is Coming Soon scam. The only problem is David Wilcock has ran the Ascension is Coming Soon scam not once, not twice, but this is the third time. Leading up to the year 2000, he ran the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, collecting money from morons for psychic readings to get ready for the coming Ascension. Leading up to the year 2012, he was selling a book where you had to buy the book to get ready for the coming Ascension. Ascension never came, and neither did his wife. And this is what we get with David Wilcock. So in just a very short time, my friends, it appears that in just a very short time, Mr. Wilcock will have proven to the world that he has run the Ascension is Coming Soon scam not once, not twice, but 3 times. Because, my friends, we keep saying this, and I'm going to just keep saying it because I'm hammering it into him. And I've got my tendrils so far into his brain that he can think of nothing else than me. We're busting the scam, Wilcock, for the 3rd time. 3 times is the charm. And by January 1st, 2025, even the dumbest of his followers will know that they got scammed for the coming Ascension that isn't going to come. He said first it would be here by May of 2025. Then what did he do? Move that to September? Now it's October. And don't worry, he's going to move it to November. And then when it doesn't come in November, he's going to move it to December. He's got just a very short amount of time in which he can scam his followers for just a little bit longer. The dumbest of the dumb are still hanging on, but people are starting to ask questions in his live chat. Have you noticed that, Mr. Wilcock? They're like, hey, you said Ascension would be here by May. What's going on? Where's Ascension, David Wilcock? You told us to buy your course for $333 so we could get our superpowers, but we didn't get any superpowers. You know why, Mr. Wilcock? Because superpowers aren't real. And the fact that you're telling people that they can take baths in their own piss and get superpowers is absolutely ridiculous. Let me back up a little bit in the live chat. Wow, we've got a great deal of support already, and I'm happy to see it. Tonight, friends, I just want to let everybody know we read every single super chat. If you subscribe on Kick, we give you a big shout out and a thank you. If you buy some gifted subs, we give you a big shout out and a thank you. And my thanks for all the support. If you send a super chat, we read it and thank you. If you become a member on the live broadcast, we give you a big shout out and thank you. If you gift some memberships, we give you a big shout out and thank you. Send a PayPal pledge to truthseekershow@gmail.com. Always add a note. Give me your chat room user ID so I read that, not your legal name. And any message you want me to read, I'll read any message. You can send me messages for David Wilcock because you know he is watching. David Wilcock is watching right now, trying to figure out where's the off-ramp for this latest scam? How is he going to survive this latest scammery? So 71 more days. We've been doing a countdown, David Wilcock. Tick-tock, motherfucker. Tick-tock, bitch. Your scam is over. In 71 more days, everyone will know that you scammed them again. Everyone will also know that you've been telling porkies. You haven't been talking to an angel because an angel wouldn't lie to a prophet. And the angel told you Ascension would be here by May of 2025. So we've already proven that you're not speaking to angels. For those unaware, ask any theologian, priest, Jewish rabbi, Muslim imam. Angels don't lie. And if a prophet is wrong even once, he fails at the test of a prophet. He's not in communication with divine or angelic sources. But you know who he could be in communication with? Demonic sources who masquerade as angelic sources and lie and manipulate people. Wouldn't surprise me. But I think that David Wilcock is talking to himself. He's talking to his imaginary friends. That's where he's getting this bullshit information from. He was desperate after the Corey Good scam fell apart. He made millions selling people fake secret space stories to morons, right? Made millions with Corey Good. And Corey Good fucked that whole grift up, going on a deposition in a court case and admitting under oath that he just made the stories up. They weren't true stories. He'd never been to space. David Wilcock was desperate for a new scam, and the scam he came up with is, let me take some nonsensical ramblings that I did on audio tapes in 1999 and somehow say they're all prophetic for 2025. No, all your prophecies failed, and in just 71 more days, everyone's going to know that you were wrong about everything yet again, David Wilcock. And David Wilcock is furiously trying to sell his assets. Do you know why? In my opinion, I freely admit that this is speculation. David Wilcock is trying to get money together because in order to do the Cosmic Con Shuffle, he's going to have to go away for a year or two. So that at least 6 months to a year, probably a year or two, really, so that all of his dumb as rocks followers forget that he scammed them and nothing he said with his prophecies for 2025 ever came true. 71 more days, David Wilcock. Tick-tock. The scam is coming crashing down, and I'm here for it. And on January 1st, 2026, I'm doing a special broadcast just to dance all over your scam coming crashing down. I will be here to celebrate that I was right yet again. And that you, sir, are a false prophet. And that you, sir, are a degenerate, disgusting scammer who preys on vulnerable, lost people, searching for truth, searching for answers. And all you give them is lies, sir. You are the Lord of lies, and I am the cure. Do you know, David Wilcock, how many emails I get in an average week from your former followers thanking me for waking them from their eternal slumber of being scammed, thanking me for waking them up to your degenerate scams. And we will continue to wake your sleeping, dumb as rocks followers, or let's just say vulnerable followers. I have nothing against people that were fooled by you. He's a very skilled con artist and scammer. He knows what language to use. You know, you notice how he always fakes urgency? Oh, like Daniel Brinkley's going to die any minute. This is your last chance to get information from Daniel Brinkley. 2 years later, the guy's still alive. That was a total scam. But he's good at this. See, he faked urgency so that people go, oh, the guy's going to die soon. I better pony up my $300. 71 more days. The scam comes down, David Wilcock. Tick-tock, motherfucker. All right, friends. And let us celebrate. Let us celebrate the fact that you can go on the internet and tell people the truth, and people will still support you. Now, I have to be honest, it's not as much. It's not millions of support like the liars get, but we'll take it, and we will sleep well at night knowing that we are exposing scams, stopping scammers from victimizing more victims, educating people on the dangers of new age fake profit scammers, and we are a public benefit. Number one is here. Number one has heard the call of the goal and is here to help us to praise the cash. And that, my friends, is a wonderful thing. So praise the cash, thank God Almighty, thank Ra Almighty as well. And thank you, number one, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And here we have a special thanks from Davina.
I had a dream of a big phallic being rammed up my rear, which Michael showed me was you praising the cash. Help me have more dreams like this, so praise the cash.
Thank you, number one. And look at that. Number one with another one says praise the. I think I'm seeing a pattern here. I think we are seeing a pattern.
Edgar Casey predicted you would be praising the cash, and since I am the reincarnation of Casey, I am telling you to praise the cash. Praise the cash.
The cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty. Thank you, number one. Three, it's a triumvirate of support with three separate super chats. Each are one for the goal. So getting us 3 steps closer to our goal tonight, saying praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty for number one and their generosity and support. Praise the cash, bitches.
Besides developing jets that travel Mach 69, Chris Beskar likes to praise the cash. So praise the cash.
That is correct. Praise it. Thank you, number one. You're number one in my book. Starlight Warrior, who's also a member, we thank for their kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Starlight Warrior is a big supporter, and we appreciate Starlight Warrior. Wow, that's a lot of David Wilcock P. Good to be back from the moose hunt. Hope all is well. Did you get one, Starlight Warrior? And tell me, how many pounds of meat is a moose? Isn't it like 500 pounds of meat? I've only seen a moose in person twice in my life, and both times I was terrified. I was on a trail on a backpacking trip, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this moose just walked right in front of us across the trail. And I remember looking up at it and just being amazed at how big it was. It was a big bull moose with a big rack. But I hope your hunt was successful, especially if you're hunting to feed your family. I have a lot of respect for anybody that does that. I don't hunt to feed my family currently, but I have a big cache of, ammunition and hunting rifles and archery equipment and hunting bows and arrows and everything for shit hit the fan situation. But I have tremendous respect, especially if you're feeding your family with that meat. God bless you and God bless your family. I hope you got one.
That kid Steven said he would leave me alone if I called him daddy. Praise the cash, daddy. Praise the cash, daddy.
All right. I am daddy. That is correct. The Militant Nerd with one says that song is still a banger. And thank you, Starlight Warrior. And thank you, The Militant Nerd. All right. Praise the cash. The Militant Nerd is here.
Post 696969 clearly shows that President Trump wants you to praise the cash. Drain the swamp by praising the cash.
My camera is off. It's on my side. That's weird. Let me see. 1 second. Wow. All right. Well, hold on 1 second. Steven, your screener is blank. Let me look. That's so weird because I'm looking at my screen and it's on my side. Let me do something here to try to fix this. And I apologize. I always say it's a live show. You get it, warts and all. Let me see. One moment. Let me check in with the YouTube live stream. I should have a monitor in here for this so that I can look up at the monitor and monitor the live stream. I apologize. One moment, please. One moment. My screen is blank. That is bizarre. All right, hold on one second. I'm looking at it right now. That is bizarre. We'll get it fixed. Just one moment here. That is bizarre. I've never had it happen where I could see it on my end, but I don't think anything got in the camera. All right, just hold on one moment here. Let's see if we can't plug and unplug. That usually fixes most problems, right? Okay. All right. Let me see if that did anything. Wow, this is so bizarre. I've never seen this happen before. At least I have that. That is bizarre. All right, friends, hold on one moment. I'm going to try something else. Just bear with me one moment. And thank you. Are you kidding me? I don't know what is going on. That is so bizarre. Wow, and we just got over the stupid problems with our other software. And this is still fucking up. One moment. I see myself on my side. It must be a problem with StreamYard right now. Hold on one moment, friends, and I apologize for this stupid. What a stupid. All right, I'm going to play a bumper and then try to log off and log back on to the software, and I apologize. I guess we'll have a musical guest early here, right? All right, here's Bong with Destroy All Humans, friends.
Told us
And we're still in the black. I'm going to go grab a spare webcam, I guess. We'll have another music guest in the meantime, friends.
Forgotten by the world, forgotten to myself. Your effervescent eyes awakened me and brushed the dust away. But I knew you'd never stay. So I memorized the color of your eyes as you lost yourself inside me. And I memorized the way our legs entwined as you drifted off beside me. I miss, God, I miss waking up beside you. At night I cling to you, I'm so afraid. Afraid the
right, we'll see if that did it. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for the live stream to catch up to the live here. Oh, there we go. Wait. Okay, I think we got it now. I apologize for the technical issues. It's one of those things. We are back, yes, and let's get right into the video before we have additional problems. So, Noka was the last super. Let me go over to the 1 second here, and we're already almost halfway to the goal. So I want to thank all of you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Noka says, "Here is towards Steven's new camera." Steven, your screen is blank. I'm sorry, but I'm missing some of these in my live chat because of the logging on and logging off, so I won't be able to share them on screen. But I'm so happy for the support. Thank you. Noka says, "Steven, your screen is blank," and we'll give you a big praise to cash. Thank you for that. One moment here. Let's get into the right brand here. And I apologize. I don't know what happened. And it's funny. I tried another webcam and that one didn't work at all. So look, I guess we got some gremlins to get rid of. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Praise
Noka.
the cash to see more sexy pictures of me. Praise the cash.
All right, and we've got Fat Chick Thriller. Steven, your camera is off, bro. Well, I'm thankful that so many people were willing to pay a couple of bucks to not let me sit here like a lunatic, right? Like, hey, dumbass, your camera is off, you dumbass. Thank you, Fat Chick
Beth
Thriller.
once told me that as she is performing her yoni cleanse, she is thinking about you praising the cash. So praise the cash.
Let me see if I can get the latest. I don't know. Here, we'll see what the latest. No. One moment here. We're just trying to catch up here. Okay, no, I can't get to them. So we have Trolly Troll Troll with 5. I saw London. I saw France. We can't see your Wilcock rants. Well, yeah, we'll fix that.
Support the kid Steven and praise the cash. This kid is the only attention I get, so keep supporting his show. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. I had a dazzling dream about you praising the cash.
Oh, no. And I'm sorry I can't share these on screen, but they got kind of lost in the aggregated chat. Noka with 199 says, here's to help pay for Steven's new camera.
Steven promised to praise the cash on me long and hard, so praise the cash.
All right, and let me see here. We've got CN with 1 for the goal. 1 for the goal. Suffer Wilcock. That is correct. Suffer Wilcock.
Since that kid Steven guest read for my latest live stream, you must praise the cash now. Praise the cash.
And another one from CN saying, David Icke did a new video outside UK Parliament yesterday tying digital ID to his stories. Have you ever covered him on your show? No, I consider him too ridiculous to even cover. Like, that's one guy that's too wacky even for me. What? Reptilian shapeshifters are ruling the world? What? He's a wacky one. Maybe we should, though.
I'm heading to the kid Steven's cabin for the 10 days of darkness. Please praise the cash so he will let me stay there. Praise the cash.
Yeah, and I finally have caught up here, I think. And the last one I should be able to share. I saw one from Starlight Warrior saying, I feed the family. Deer is next. The bumpers are good. Some need it to excuse themselves. Healthy gals. That is correct. That is correct. There's some healthy
I had a
gals.
dream of a big phallic being rammed up my rear, which Michael showed me was you praising the cash. Help me have more dreams like this. So praise the cash.
Yeah, and I don't know, Starlight Warrior. I tried to like venison again. I swear when I was a child, my mom would get venison from one of my uncles who was a hunter. But we never had just like the meat. We would always have it in like chili or something to mask it. And I don't think me and my brother even knew we were eating deer. We thought we were just eating, ground meat. But she would make meatballs or a meatloaf or like taco meat with it, chili meat, spaghetti and meat sauce. We never just ate regular deer meat, right? But thank you, Starlight Warrior, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. And my prayers will be with you for a successful hunt this year and in all your years. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. So we're going to get, now that we've gotten over the stupid technical issues, we're going to get into the video tonight. And there's some things that I want to put on the record about this video. If you take this raw video, unmodified, and you upload it to YouTube, YouTube takes it down. They will not let you upload this video, which is curious that the content ID is so strong with this video that it won't let you upload it. Now, that may just be me because David Wilcock has a copyright vulture on my ass trying to steal my $37 every time I do a show about him or whatever my ad revenue is. Venison, sausage, and chili is good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Legal Eagle is here with one for the goal. Do you think David Wilcock has any clue that it takes up to 8 years or more to get any of Stavati's designs FAA type certified after being built by for approved use? No, he has no idea, but you're a lawyer, so of course you know that, right? He's a moron. But thank you, Legal Eagle, and thank you for being a YouTube channel member, and thank you for being such a great supporter. Legal Eagle's been a supporter for a long time and always offering great insight into some of this stuff. So David Wilcock's such a con artist. He's so dumb. He doesn't realize even after they build a prototype, it's going to take like 8 years before they're going to be allowed to manufacture it according to the FAA rules and guidelines. Stavati will never produce anything. They've had 20, 30 years now. They've never produced a single working anything. But thank you, Legal Eagle, and praise the cash.
Edgar Casey predicted you would be praising the cash, and since I am the reincarnation of Casey, I am telling you to praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, Legal Eagle, getting us to halfway to the goal. Who will get us the other half of the way? We are at 10 of 20. So, my friends, that means we are halfway there, and we didn't even really start the show yet. So thank you for the support. He should sell the toys to his fans and sign each one. Well, that would be better than a rock, but he's a moron, and he hasn't thought of that, right? I'm doing Polish meatballs tonight for the family. Noka, I'm Polish. What are Polish meatballs? I recall my grandmother would make regular Italian meatballs, and she was pure blood Polish, but I don't recall anything called Polish meatballs ever. There's Italian, and also recently there's Italian, not meatloaf. What is it? There's Italian pot roast that you make with pasta. I'm going to make that. I found a recipe. All right, so so what everybody needs to know is I had to do some voodoo and magic in order to be able to even share this video and do commentary on it on YouTube, because it gets like copyright claimed and they take it right down. They won't even let you post it. But then Spooky sent me a link. Somebody else, not me, uploaded it in raw form, and it's still there on YouTube. But somehow when I upload it, it gets flagged right away. And I don't know if maybe that was because of the file names or because of the copyright vultures, right? A ghost says, it's not you, Stephen. There are some vids you can't post. They are immediately blocked. I had to only use audio on one so it could be posted. You're right, Ghost. Yeah. Yeah. And I am neglecting my show host responsibilities. We haven't checked in with Kick, so I'm going to check in with Kick right now. And I thank them for being there. We're happy to see. We've got Inquisition News is there. And Decaf 9551 is there. Kale 378 is there. And that looks like that's it. It's just a short, small. Well, we've got 11 viewers, but maybe they're all not chatting. Well, hopefully we'll get some more. And we thank you for the Kick support. I'll read every Kick sub and gifted sub. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support as we do all the YouTube people. We've got Midnight Streams. Big shout out to Midnight Streams. Has just become a subscriber. And I don't know if the Toxic Jedi gifted 5 subs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oh boy, are we going to have a Dark Side Phil show this week. Do you know he's blaming Kino Casino for why he's not getting money on Kick? He's blaming them. Angel Makers is here telling me to suffer as always. I'll do that. You do that too, Angel Makers. Fuck off. All right. So The reason I wanted to share this video from 2016 is very important. And that is, in this video, he's predicting the same shit for the coming year. And this was recorded in 2016. He's predicting the same things for the coming year in 2016 that he predicted for 2025. Mass arrests, global awakening. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's get into the video. I'll put my fair use banner up. This is fair use transforming.
All right, so
work.
in this interview with David Wilcock, we're going to be talking about a number of things. This interview was initially filmed in 2016 when we were at Contact in the Desert, and we asked David for an interview.
Yeah, and that's the last time David Wilcock will ever appear at Contact in the Desert. Let's just say a little birdie that has a lot to do with the bookings at that conference told me David Wilcock and Corey Good will never, ever, 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 underline ever a few more times, appear at Contact in the Desert. Ever, ever.
Basically to go over some of the cutting edge stuff that was going on at the time, which still happens to be cutting edge today. I spoke to David not too long ago, and he was actually discussing how he was being told to...
This guy is a YouTube show host, and he's kind of a wackadoo. I think he's about at least a quarter retarded, maybe half retarded. I don't know.
Get this information that he had done in that specific interview out to the public as quick as possible. I thought that was an interesting little thing to have happen because, you know, here it had been about a year since we actually released the footage and we did anything with it because we were waiting to use.
Yeah, so David Wilcock contacts him. You got to get that information out to the public. It's very important. No, all your predictions fail, you moron.
Utilize it for another project, and he gets inspiration or a message in essence to say, hey, that footage needs to get out and it needs to actually hit the world. So we put it together.
He gets a message from what? His imaginary friends? You dumbass. And why are you even interviewing David Wilcock? Do you know about his history of scamming the public? And you're a useful idiot, dude. You're helping him reach more people to scam. You fucking moron. Great job, moron. Great job, you moron.
Here, we're going to be talking about in this specific interview, you know, things like the fall of the cabal. We're going to get a little bit into some extraterrestrials, all that sort of.
I bet this dude looks a little fruity. I bet you he butt banged David Wilcock after the interview, or at least gave him a Hummer. That's what I'm betting. I think he blew David Wilcock to get the interview, right? Had to give him some deep anal massage.
Stuff. We dive into, you know, some of the stuff that happens within Illuminati symbolism and stuff like that. But what you're going to notice, likewise with everything we do inside CE here, is it's not about, you know, the fear tactics of it or the, you know, the scariness of what's going on within these things, but more so how we can utilize this information to awaken so that we can then bring it back to consciousness, bring it back to what we can do about it and utilize that information to move forward, because that's what really this is all about. This interview leaves a lot of hope. There's a lot of good inspiration inside this one due to the fact that, you know, it's really about how we're going to continue to move forward.
Welcome, Macario.
So we're going to dive into the interview now, but be sure to stick around after. There's a few comments that I have about the interview and about some of the stuff that's covered, just to kind of tie things together a little bit and sort of bring it to the next.
After he got done blowing David Wilcock to get this interview, he had a comment on it, right? Wipe your lips off. I still see his cum on your face, you loser bum. You know, some of these people, they're right there to get their piece of the scam pie. And this guy is one of them. Oh, who cares if David Wilcock keeps scamming his audience, right? Who cares? And this is back in 2016 when David Wilcock was still running the secret space scam with Corey Good. Good job, you fucking moron. You helped both of those clowns scam more people out of money. Great job. Your parents must be proud of you, you moron.
Level. So enjoy the interview and we'll catch
But hey,
up.
I'm thankful to him because he did this interview and I get to still cover Wilcock on a week he doesn't even stream. Hey, Wilcock, I'm coming for you. You can stop streaming. I'm not stopping streaming. I'll find some dumb shit you did 10 years ago and I'll bust your balls about it. Every week I will be here busting your scam, Wilcock. Get ready.
In a little bit.
I'm David Wilcock, and I've been working for over 20 years on disclosure. My goal is to bring out the...
He's working on disclosure. What have you disclosed? That you like money and you like scamming morons?
fullness of the truth of the knowledge that has been suppressed
I love how he talks about he's bringing out the truth as he's lying to people.
from us. I have spoken to dozens of insiders who have worked in highly classified so-called government.
Yeah, when he says he talked to insiders, he means PDF files, court-martialed child arrests, right? I'm being pretty good with my YouTube, vernacular today. They don't like the R word. One of his insiders was a child rapist, right? That's the insiders you're talking to. Who else you got? The senile old man, Pete Peterson, who said he started Cyberdyne and made robots. Gee, very original, right? He was a totally senile old man, a con artist. Who were your other insiders? Corey Goode, who admitted under oath he'd never even been to space after spending, 6-7 years telling secret space stories for money. Then he admits he's never been to space. These are your insiders, David Wilcock. You don't have insiders. You have fellow scammers, fellow con artists, fellow swindlers.
Government programs run through the military-industrial complex who have had first-hand contact with extraterrestrials. And I looked them in.
No, they haven't. David Wilcock, you moron. Corey Goode told you for years that he had first-hand knowledge of extraterrestrials. Remember that? And then he said he'd never even been to space. How's he meeting all those aliens in space if he admitted he'd never been to space, you moron?
In the eye, just like I'm looking you in the eye right now, and you can tell when someone is lying.
Apparently, David Wilcock cannot tell when someone was lying because he spent, 6-7 years with Corey Goode lying to him and lying to the public, and he just ate it up because he was getting millions of dollars out of it.
These people are telling the truth.
No, they're not. Corey Goode admitted he wasn't telling the truth. Corey Goode admitted he lied about all of that under oath, you fucking moron, and you brought it to the public. You swallowed it hook, line, and sinker because you're either the most gullible retard on planet Earth or you're in on the scam. Which is it?
The scope of the cover-up is so vast that what we think we know about UFOs and this whole subject constitutes but a very small portion of the actual activity that is taking place in and around our Earth and our solar system right now.
The Radler is here. Thanks for being a member. Lots of members in the live chat. Legal Eagle's here. Thanks for being a member. Dave B is here. Thanks for being a member. Winter Soldier says that dude that's
ultimately,
interviewing
I believe that disclosure
guy who's interviewing Wilcock has cummy lips.
That
that's
does
right.
not happen in one sudden thundering moment. It's an ongoing event. Now, the conventional view that you hear about disclosure is that this is going to be where the President of the United States gets on national television and tells us the truth. That's very likely to be one of the last, if not the last stage of the process.
DP action
and there will
going
be
on.
many intervals before that, which we are already seeing.
Wife.
Inside these classified government programs, they are doing something called PRI, or Process Release of Information, which is a deliberate effort that has been ongoing since the Roswell crash in the 1940s to plant these seeds of truth into the mass consciousness.
Frustrating.
What's happening is that alleged science fiction since the late 1940s has been embedding the truth in these storylines so that once we finally do get disclosure.
Yeah, David Wilcock has famously said that Star Wars is basically a documentary. So Stargate, right? They're embedding the truth in science fiction. That's how they're doing soft disclosure. What a bunch of bullshit.
We discovered that we have been getting disclosure all along. So disclosure is an ongoing process, and it is very interesting to note how many movies are actually written in which the idea that UFOs are not real is treated like a joke.
I don't know how this is legal.
Everyone in the movie laughs at people
it's entertainment,
who don't believe. And extraterrestrials being real are used in many
in other words, he gets
storylines
his
for a
ideas from
variety of
science
movies.
fiction. You are correct.
Extraterrestrials being a fact of reality is presented in a wide number of movies.
Oh no!
I remember watching the remake of Godzilla, and extraterrestrials had a lot to do with the remake of Godzilla. Most of the Transformers movies have had very shocking amounts of
the Transformers
information in them.
True.
And there was an X-Files series reboot in which the whole first premiere episode is absolutely loaded with all kinds of stunning information. The X-Files series reboot in its pilot episode that just aired in January 2016
the X-Files is basically real
had
too.
an incredible body of disclosure. Everything from aerosol, chemtrail type spraying to Federal Reserve, financial collapse, extraterrestrial reality, abduction. It was just unbelievable, and we're seeing more and more of these kinds of things coming out now.
You moron.
So the effort for disclosure is a very interesting, almost schizophrenia in our society, in which if even one person who's had a sighting is actually witnessing some sort of extraterrestrially piloted craft, then you have to assume now that there is much more going on than just that one little peak. And that means that there could be a much greater amount of information to know than even what most of mainstream ufology has collected. You have to remember, the data that we have in the UFO field, such as about Area 51, this might be only one or two whistleblowers that come forward with stuff like this. People photograph it from a high mountaintop far away. We can't get in there. We can't see inside the facility. We don't really know what they're doing. But
yes, let's just speculate endlessly, right? Katie Death Squad is here with one for the goal. Hold up. If sci-fi is real, which is true, Star Wars, Star Trek, or 40K, they can't coexist. Yeah. I don't know. I love Star Trek and Star Wars for different reasons, I suppose, right? But I'm sad that Disney got a hold of Star Wars and kind of ruined it. I'm hopeful that Dave Filoni, though, with The Mandalorian and Grogu, that's real Star Wars. That's the only thing they did right. I haven't seen, Alderaan yet, but I'm told there's no Jedi in it, which means it's no. There's got to be a Jedi in Star Wars stuff. And if there isn't, it feels like something is missing. But thank you, Caney Death Squad, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. And now I'm going to give you nightmares.
That kid Steven said he would leave me alone if I called him daddy. Praise the cash daddy. Praise the cash daddy.
That's right. Who's your daddy, bitch? Thank you, Katie Death Squad. And thanks for being a member. Dave, who's also a member, says this soft disclosure idea also comes from Stargate. You're right. You're absolutely right.
You post 69 clearly shows that President Trump wants you to praise the cash. Drain the swamp by praising the cash.
All right. We're more than halfway to the goal now. 11 of 20. We need 9 more kind and generous benefactors to step up, be counted, and hear the call of the goal, my friends. Step up, be counted, and hear the call. I know you hear it. Do you hear that? It says, push those couple of buttons. Send that super chat. Stand up and be counted. Yes! Stand up and be counted.
What's happening is that there are more and more insiders who have come forward, and they have independently spoken to me off the record. I've cataloged what they have to say, and I have memorized and in many cases notated vast bodies of information without putting it online. And the reason why is that when someone new comes along and they start saying all the same things or many of the same things, that's when I know that they are all speaking based on a common body of knowledge. And the scope and the complexity of these correlations between different data sets from different insiders is so vast that I don't believe it is possible.
So a bunch of wackadoos are telling him the same stuff. So he believes it's not possible. It's not true.
For this to be a cover-up. The Occam's razor argument, slicing through to the simplest possible explanation.
This is before he went nuts and his wife left him and he suffered from vaginal withdrawal and went totally crazy. Do you all remember that? He's like, oh my God, no more vagina. I bet she barely fucked him anyway. Like, look at him. Would you fuck him? Like, on purpose? She just wanted to get some of that sweet, sweet Wilcock cash. But then he gave all their money to a scammy aerospace company. That's a scam.
Is that this stuff is actually happening, that our government is in direct contact with a variety of human-looking extraterrestrials, that they have already gotten joint bases both on Earth, inside the Earth, and on moons, and in some cases solid planets in our solar system.
Yes,
there's a very widespread amount of technology out there, including stuff that our own military-industrial complex has built. They have their own deep space ships, some of which are 2.5 kilometers long, cigar-shaped.
I can't
this stuff, in fact, we have a whistle.
I first got vaginal access, I was a little intimidated. I was like, oh my God, it didn't look what I expected it to look like. I don't know why. Right. But I quickly adapted, because once you get I was about to say, once you get a taste of that. Oh man, we're getting filthy in this bitch. Once you get a taste of the JJ, yeah, normal manly man, once he gets a taste of the JJ, and especially once you get to bust a nut, especially barebacking a girl, holy.
Whistleblower now, William Tompkins, who actually came forward as his aerospace engineer.
William Tompkins was a senile old man who claimed that the government gave him hot chick alien secretaries. That was the extent of his disclosure. He's a complete and total ridiculous wackadoo. But that won't stop David Wilcock from weaving some of his bullshit into his own bullshit.
Engineer background gave him the blueprints that he designed these ships from. He's presenting us with those blueprints, showing us these cigar-shaped craft, which are identical to the ones that Corey Good has referred to as having worked in when he was in the Solar Warden program. And William Tompkins independently gave the code name Solar Warden for the program. Then we also have Gary McKinnon, the UFO hacker, who independently finds the name Solar Warden when he's...
Notice how he just strings together a bunch of disconnected stories to try to make a cogent argument. It's pretty weak.
Hacking the Pentagon through looking for UFO documentation. So this Solar Warden code name was also embedded within a list of non-terrestrial officers, people who are of military rank and designation, but do not work on...
By the way, this is an hour and a half long. We may not get through the whole thing. We're going to try to get through as much as we can, and I will do a part 2, because this is gold, friends. This is like mining history for gold.
On Earth. Now, you start to put the pieces together, you start to see what everybody's saying, and this is the disclosure process. We are doing this right now. With you watching this show, you are part of that process. This process is not going to happen by the official level until it has been wrenched out of their hands. It is the last thing they ever want to do, is to completely tell us the truth, because court cases will then be filed, charges will then be made. If you look at the LIBOR scandal, where the top mega banks have been accused of collusion.
Oh, throw in some financial stuff. Yes, throw in the financial stuff. And I just want to say big shout out. Winter Soldier is in the Kick Live chat and heard the call of the goal and gifted a sub. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Winter Soldier's a big show supporter, and we appreciate that. Now I'm going to give you nightmares.
I am the reincarnation of Ra, and I command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash or suffer my wrath.
Put a bag over that bitch's head before you bang the shit out of her, right? And big titties. I like them big titties, though. But the head kind of kills it for me. I've known a lot of women like that, right? Nice body, but holy, that's a butterface.
Colluding with each other to rig their prime interest rate so that they can look good in their credit scores and misrepresent themselves to investors as if what they have is a very solvent company, when in fact they're all bankrupt and it's a big Ponzi scheme. You look at the fallout from LIBOR, which the mainstream media does not talk about. We are seeing multiple multi-billion-dollar lawsuits that are being prosecuted and fined against these banks, and it has very seriously impacted their bottom line.
No, it hasn't, you moron. Remember when the financial scandal hit? Who got arrested for all their subprime mortgage fraud and all that shit? Who got arrested? Nobody. Not one person. The Militant Nerd has heard the call of the goal. Praise the cash, bitches. The Militant Nerd's a big show supporter. My vote, any gremlins with the stream will be called Beth or scalar weapons. If you know, you know. Well, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe we'll do that. And now I'm going to make you have nightmares.
Mommy needs more medicine to get through David's live stream, so praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise that cash, bitches. Thank you very much for your kindness and continued support. The Militant Nerd chiming in, and Wednesday is here. Keep up the great work. Big fan for a long time now. Thank you for having the courage to speak up on the truth, and God bless. Well, thank you, Wednesday. There's a big craze right now with Wednesday. Has that been your user ID for a long time, or did you just change it due to the recent surge in popularity? I haven't seen it yet, but my son wants to watch it, so maybe we'll start watching it. And thank you, Wednesday, for your kindness and your kind words. Those kind of comments keep me going when I'm having a tough time moving forward. Thank you, Wednesday. Big show.
Michael the Archangel told me to praise the cash. This kid Steven is telling the truth, so praise the cash. Suffa Wilcock.
That is right. Suffa Wilcock. Thank you, Wednesday. And oh man, Charles McDonald is here, one of the MVPs of gifting YouTube channel memberships. And that, my friends, is why you got to hit that subscribe button right now, because if you're in the live chat and a kind and generous soul like one of these MVPs of gifting these memberships, like Charles McDonald comes in, he just 5 people are going to win a free membership, but you got to be a subscriber. So smash that subscribe button like it's hot. Let's get some more members and expand our community. And thank you, Charles McDonald. Big ups to Charles McDonald, who gifted 5 True Seekers memberships. Yes, bitches, let's go. Thank you, Charles McDonald, for your kindness, generosity, and continued show support. Let's go.
Praise the cash to see more sexy pictures of me. Praise the cash.
That is right. We are praising it tonight, and let's go. And we've got Legal Eagle with another one for the goal. For the goal, praise the cash. That is right, my friend. Thank you for your kindness, and thanks for being a member. Big show support tonight from Legal Eagle.
Beth once told me that as she is performing her yoni cleanse, she is thinking about you praising the cash. So praise the cash.
Thank you, Legal Eagle. Are we all caught up now? I think we are all caught up. I'll check in with the Kick Chat once again, see if we have any more kind and generous souls in the Kick Chat. No, Winter Soldier was the last kind and generous soul. I'm sure there's more over there. And thank you, Winter Soldiers, right, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Let's continue our journey into the bullshittery, my friends.
Fine. They're not going to be able to do another bailout. They're not going to be able to do another TARP. The public does not want that to happen. So there is a situation going on right now in which we can actually see an example of a corporate mega entity that is essentially buying its time but is almost out of time right now. And when the time runs out, what we're going to find out is that not only have we been lied to about the scope of financial tyranny in our world, we have been lied to about extraterrestrials, because that technology that has already been...
All right, so the banks lied to us, and then the banks lied, and then we got lied to about the aliens? What?
Taken in by our government includes free energy. It includes solutions to...
Yeah, didn't you run a free energy scam? Yeah, you did, didn't you? What is it with UFO people running free energy scams? Let's see. We've got... what is his name? He just got felted over Bible verses he got completely and totally wrong. Billy Carson ran a free energy scam, in my opinion. And Dr. Stephen Greer ran a free energy scam, not once, but twice. And David Wilcock ran a free energy scam. And Ashton Forbes ran a free energy scam. What is it with UFO people? Do they just go, man, this UFO scam money is so sweet, but you know what would be even sweeter? If we had a secondary scam. That's what I think it is.
Every problem that we have here on Earth, we can desalinate ocean water with very low energy yield. We can then pump that water into the deserts and...
Yeah, here we go. If we just had free energy, we could save the Earth. These are the same talking points Greer used to scam the public out of, some say, up to $1 million.
Literally irrigate all of the dead areas of our planet. We can completely clean up the Pacific garbage gyres, these gigantic areas of plastic that are just circling around and getting eaten by seagulls and whales and all types of marine life. We can eliminate any need for fossil fuel. We eliminate greenhouse gas emissions. There are technologies already in possession of these secret space program groups that eliminate any need for pharmaceuticals. You have pain relief technology in which you interrupt the potassium-sodium balance in the nerves. You don't need any analgesic drugs. You don't need to take any drugs at all The only thing you would really still need to have the medical community for would be surgery. But all other types of medical illnesses can be treated by advanced technology that is already in possession of these people.
No, there is no med beds. That's science fiction, you fucking moron.
That leads to longevity. That leads to life extension. If we want to become an intergalactic and interplanetary species, if we want to take the ships that are already built and use them to travel throughout the stars.
The ships are already built. Can we see them? Except for Elon Musk's Starship, I don't see any ships. I don't see anything.
We need to expand our lifespan. You're not going to be very successful if you only live for 60 or 70 years to go out on a deep space mission like that. They have the technology to dramatically enhance and extend our lifespan. They have the technology to allow us to travel through portals, to be able to go from point A to point B, even across vast numbers of light years, nearly instantaneously. We literally have all the tools in front of us right now for a Star Trek era. The only reason why we don't have it is that our planet, unfortunately, is being run by a sociopathic cabal of people who actually believe that humans are bad for the environment and they need to dramatically reduce population first before they release these technologies. Their goal was to bring us down to our knees so that we were so desperate for help that by the time they give it to us, they can instill total control and have absolute dominion over everyone. That's not going to be allowed to happen. There is an alliance here on Earth of very powerful entities. This actually includes a majority of the U.S. defense establishment.
Oh, this is the comment of the night. Trolly Troll Troll, thanks for being a member and a big supporter, says, too bad there's no such thing as a med bed. David Wilcock could use one to patch up his ripped up bunghole. That is correct. All those aliens keep ripping up his asshole. If there was med beds, they could fuck him a lot more. Trolly Troll Troll, right? They could bang the hell out of him and then just put him in the med bed, heal up his asshole, and then bang the hell out of him some more. David Wilcock loves a good butt banging after all.
And I'm also talking about organizations that most people think of as negative, like the CIA. There are very strong, positive groups within all of these different intelligence agencies, the NSA, the DIA, naval intelligence, you name it. And what their goal is to work with this international cartel that has formed. Let me say that differently. And their goal is to work with this international alliance of countries that are outside the Western system directly and have seen that, in fact, we are being ruled by a Ponzi scheme in which they just print money out of thin air, do as much as they want. That's really the problem here. We can't allow these people to continue to make as much money as they want without having any collateral behind it. So
he's complaining because people are making too much money without having any collateral, or in other words, having something of value. Dude, you've been selling people fake stories for decades, right? Who the fuck are you to criticize anybody making money off of nonsense?
So once we get some further steps forward in the disclosure process, once the efforts of this alliance, this international alliance, get to the next level, there will be data dumps, there will be
thank you, Arlene.
volumes of information released that will shake our beliefs to their core. They will challenge everyone. And what can happen right now is by you listening to this and educating yourself about the truth and about what is really going on in our world, you can help calm people down when this disclosure comes out, because some of the material is so upsetting that there will be people who do not want to get out of bed, they do not want to eat. I call it the man in the bedroom. Imagine your loved one, you walk in there and there is someone else in bed with that person. And
that's right. He loves men in the bedroom.
You had no idea that this was going on. We are taught to love these politicians. We are taught to aspire to be like them, think of them as great. People cheer in massive crowds at these political rallies. Now when we find out the scope of the betrayal, we find out that these people have not only been lying to us, but they've actually been deploying a weapons system into our food supply. They've deliberately added things to processed food that decreases lifespan, increases lethargy, fatigue, laziness, decreases your IQ, decreases your motivation. That's why it's very important to eat organic food, to try to eat as natural of a diet as possible, stay away from the processed stuff. This is a war. These people are trying to kill us.
moron.
And if you can understand that, then recognize that once the truth comes out, it will be in the context, very likely, of these people having been arrested on a massive level.
That is
There's all
correct.
kinds of
Well,
logistics
they're gonna
about
be
how that's
arrested,
going to
though,
be
guys.
done, when that's going to be
Mass
done.
arrests.
It is a massive operation, and I am not authorized to give all the details away. In fact, I did leak details about mass arrests before, and unfortunately, I compromised at least 2 different operations because I leaked too much that was.
Oh, because I was reading Q-tard posts and promising people mass arrests, they weren't able to arrest anybody. So now I'm not authorized. Authorized by who? You LARPing moron. You're not in contact with anybody in the government. Nobody in the government would talk to you because you're a total wackadoo.
Classified. I got people killed. So I'm not.
He got people killed? What? Let's back that up. He got people killed.
At least 2 different operations because I leaked too much that was classified. I got people killed.
He got people killed with his loose lips. Does he buy organic turkey feed? Good question. Yeah, I mean, I would think so. They are not trying to kill us. They are trying to make maximum profits, and we are dumb enough to eat the garbage. That I will agree with. And by the way, Arlene, I am on a quest myself. I'm trying to eat basically, I guess still carnivore, but lately I've been cracking and eating salads and things. I'm just trying to eat whole foods, real food, nothing processed. But I still occasionally have some ice cream. I guess that's processed, right? I can't help it, man. Especially late at night when I can't sleep. Have a big bowl of ice cream. Yeah, I think you're right, Arlene. But there's no big conspiracy. It's not about trying to kill us. It's just about trying to maximize profits.
So I'm not going to say all of the details now, but we do expect, there are certain things I can say. We do expect there's going to be a blackout. We do.
Does this sound familiar? 2016, there must be a time loop between 2016 and 2022 and 2016 and 2023 and 2016 and 2024, because he's promising and predicting the same things in 2016 that he's been predicting in the last couple of years. What does he think? If he just keeps repeating the same predictions, eventually the shit will happen and he'll get a hit? He is a dummy.
Expect that all the power is going to go off for a while. During the time that the power goes out, there very likely will be military operations taking place in all of the major American cities.
7 days
Those
of darkness,
operations will most likely be occurring in places where this financial cabal is concentrated the most, and you can kind of interpolate from that what I'm saying. It is very likely that the lights will not be turned back on until the operation has been completed. So everyone is being advised to have approximately 2 weeks of storable food and water on hand, because there may be a temporary disruption of goods and services. The way I like to look at this is, if you throw up, you'll feel better.
They blew the whistle.
This is a situation in which it is akin to a coup, but it is a positive counter-coup against a group that has secured political control of our planet in an astonishing fashion, and has been far more successful with it than most people realize.
Chinese food makes me sleepy too, all the carbs.
When you talk about the cabal, or this group, can you give us any indication of...
This is 100% Q-tard stuff. Yeah, so he hasn't changed. 8 years.
So what do I mean when I'm talking about the cabal? One of the names that many people are familiar with would be the Bilderbergers, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the New World Order, the Illuminati.
And that guy
who
really
talking about
this interview is just loving this.
Ultimately, we are talking about organized crime. We are talking about crime syndicates that work on a quasi-governmental level, because they do not take any of their high-ranking people and actually run them for office. The people who run for office are never more than middle level within these corporations. We have multiple insiders, whistleblowers, some of whom I've spoken to directly, who have witnessed American presidents acting like simpering little wimps in front of these higher-ranking cabal members because they are terrified of them. This cabal has at its core, believe it or not, a Luciferian belief system.
Thanks for being
You say to yourself, who in the world would possibly want to construct a religion around Lucifer? Well, it's very clever. It works like this.
Family member, Starlight Warrior.
You have ancient mystery school teachings.
I had a family member who was totally, totally convinced that all the Q-Tard stuff was real. And even knowing that I do this show and I think it's all crazy and stupid and fake, they would try to talk to me about it, to the point that like I would like tell family members, you got to keep them away from me or I'm going to lose my shit. And eventually they weren't allowed to speak to me. They weren't allowed to talk to me about Q-Tard stuff because I couldn't take it. Like imagine being stuck. I don't want to say stuck. Imagine attending a family event and something that's going to be long, like an all day long barbecue, right? Where you get there at like 11 a.m. and you're there till 7, 8 o'clock at night. And there's some retard bending your ear about Q-Tard posts for the entire time. They would sit right next to me and do that. I couldn't take it. I almost lost my shit.
And the ancient mystery school teachings date back to the legendary civilization of Atlantis, which is real. We now know, for example, these ruins in Turkey, Göbekli Tepe, are at least 13,000 years old because we've carbon dated the dirt that these stone circles were dug out of, and we know they've been buried for 13,000 years.
That's right.
We can no longer deny that, in fact, there are ancient stone monuments that predate any civilizations that we normally know of here on Earth. The problem is that whoever built these pyramids had the whole civilization, the technology to build it right out of the box. We don't see a gradual progression where we're looking for shards of pottery and we're trying to find how we can retrace the footsteps of a civilization that takes the necessary thousands of years to build up to the point where it could do highly technological acts. No one has been able to build pyramid-like structures with those large blocks of stone with today's technology.
Yes, they have. People have built or begun at least to build to demonstrate that it's physically possible for humans to do it, you moron.
Largest cranes in the world can't lift them. The Japanese tried to do it at 1/5 scale and they completely failed. They could not build a Great Pyramid replica at only 1/5 the size.
It must have been alien.
So somebody had advanced technology. The implication is that this technology...
I love how like every Egyptologist is wrong. Every archaeologist is wrong. Every historian is wrong. Every expert on ancient civilizations is wrong. But David Wilcock, the guy who's literally been wrong about everything, is somehow right about the pyramids. You know, the level of intellectual arrogance that this guy displays is through the roof. It's absolutely through the roof. He's an expert on everything. Echo Bats is a member. Thank you for being a member. And here with one for the goal, that means we are now at 15 of 20. 5 to go to hit the goal. Echo Bats, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Did David just say one or more former presidents were simpering wimps? Takes one to know one, I guess. He's afraid of his own hairline. Yeah, and he's afraid of me, which is kind of funny. You know, he's afraid of a guy who lives like, what, 20 states away from him? Thousands of miles away from him. He's totally terrified of me because I keep proving that he's a complete scammer. And hey, David Wilcock, how long do you think it's going to be before I'm not the villain in the story? Because I told everybody the truth as you were scamming them and you lied to them as you were scamming them. Wouldn't that make you the bad guy in the whole history? History is written by the victors. I won when I covered you I won when we covered your various scams. I won on the Pete Peterson scam. I won on the Emery Smith scam. I won on the Corey Good scam. I won on the 2012 Ascension is Coming Soon scam. I just keep racking up wins against you. I won on proving that you lied that I got you swatted. That was a win for me and a loss for you. You just keep racking up the losses with me. And I keep telling you, Mr. Wilcock, you are not smart enough to do this with me. You moron. You idiot. You dumb, gullible, scammy snake oil salesman. You despicable grifter. You are not smart enough to do this with me. But thank you, Echo Bats. I agree.
Support the kid Steven and praise the cash. This kid is the only attention I get, so keep supporting his show. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. I had a dazzling dream about you praising the cash.
Thank you, Echo Bats, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big ups to Echo Bats. Reed Cornwell. This guy just spouts BS with such confidence. It's wild. Well, it's called a con man The longer form of the word con man is confidence man. That's what they do. They speak very confidently in lies. That's what a con man is. He's basically the textbook definition of a con man. He speaks confidently with total bullshit.
He was not local to Earth, but that this was a refugee group or multiple refugee groups who actually came to Earth, perhaps on the run from a cosmic battle of some kind.
Marley, I agree.
And in fact, this is the occult secret story of Lucifer, Lucifer the fallen angel.
Thank you, Charles.
And in fact, there is a secret book that was withheld from the Bible called the Book of Enoch. And in the Book of Enoch, what you hear about is a race of cannibalistic giants who crash landed on Earth and are...
Oh God, crash landed giants that eat people. They're cannibals. Where does he get this shit? And by the way, if you suddenly found yourself with a free membership, thank Charles McDonald. He's in the live chat. He gifted 5. So we know that 3 Chris and me got a free membership tonight. 4 more of you in the live chat got a free membership. So thanks to Charles McDonald for his kindness, generosity, and support. 5 memberships. Let's see if we can get 5 more. Can we get 5 more members? Will a kind and generous soul stand up and expand our members only section and be kind and give 5 people a taste at that sweet, sweet members only section? By the way, if you're a member, you get access to our members only section. We uploaded 5 members only videos this month, and there's 2 more to come before the month is out. That means 7 videos the members will have gotten access to this month alone.
Called the fallen angels.
And you get the whole archive.
And they are, in fact, eating people here on Earth. But they're twice our size.
They're eating people.
They were ordered not to reproduce with the women of Earth.
No, he's totally screwing up the story. The giants were the Nephilim. They were not the fallen angels. That's 2 separate things. Then the fallen angels fell. The fallen angels saw Earth women, found them fair, and decided to breed with them. And that's what created the giants. You're fucking the whole story up. If you don't understand the story, don't repeat it badly, you moron.
But they did anyway. And what ends up happening is that the women give birth to this new race that they call Nephilim. And this is mirrored in the book of Genesis, but the book of Enoch has a lot more in there. And we now know that this is a genuine, authenticated ancient text, because independent copies that say the same thing and have been backdated have been found in Ethiopia and other places, such as by the Scottish historian Sir Robert Bruce, going way back to the 1700s. So this book explains that a group of people came here from somewhere else with advanced technology, and that they did in fact set up control systems here on Earth. The book of Enoch is a predecessor to Genesis, which also has Noah's Ark and the flood. In fact, Enoch is Noah's grandfather. So what appears to have happened is that this great flood was authorized. The Atlantean flood wiped out the civilization of Atlantis because Atlantis was a colony. It was not native people that had originated here on Earth. It was a vast civilization that had transplanted itself here. And when they came here, they brought with themselves all of their books, all of their ancient texts that go back 5...
And the source of everything he's talked about so far in this first 21 minutes is, trust me, bro. Like, let's just review what he talked about in the first 20 minutes. Oh, I talked to all these government insiders. We know his government insiders are all fake. And now he's just repeating Bible stories and doing a terrible job of it. He has his understanding of biblical scripture is about as deep as a pie pan. He gets every biblical story wrong.
100,000 years. The full record of their civilization. Now those texts were stored in the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, because some of these people did survive the flood. And then the Romans sacked and burned the Library of Alexandria, but before they burned it, they took out all the good stuff and they relocated it to the Vatican Library. So I have insiders who have actually sat down with me and described to me going into the Vatican Library and reading books that were made by extraterrestrial civilizations before they ever came here. These books include highly technical diagrams.
Now he's saying that this is a common conspiracy. The Vatican archive has books written by extraterrestrials. I don't believe that they could keep that a secret, but okay. What is your source from this? Well, somebody told me. One of his insiders told him, and we know how great his insiders are: child molesters, criminals, senile people, con artists, scammers like Corey Good. Those are the quality of people he's listening to and repeating information from, because he's a moron, and he's broke, and he's bald, and he's gay, and his wife left him for a cucumber because he couldn't make her come. The alliance never came, and neither did his wife. And Ascension, it never came, and neither did his wife.
Of interstellar spacecraft and gigantic motherships. And these books are very, very ancient. Some of them have mylar type of pages, very glossy. Some of them are actually holographic. You open them up, and this image just comes up, and it can show you, interact with your consciousness, tells you what you want to hear. Anything you want to know, it'll just show it to you.
What's the source of this?
So you have to understand now that the repository of these documents is in the Vatican. Therefore, there are people who are on a need-to-know basis who actually have access to that knowledge. They understand that they are the descendants of an extraterrestrial race that came here that had elongated skulls. And you look at the images of the Egyptian pharaohs, like Akhenaten, like Nefertiti, like their daughter Meritaten, and what you see is this highly elongated skull. We have scientists like Brian Forster who are in Peru, and Brian Forster is actually finding new examples of these skulls with elongated craniums.
Yes, and they've been all DNA tested, and they all come back human DNA, not extraterrestrial. It's called cranial deformation. And it was very common in the ancient world for especially the royal class of people would cranially deform their children to elongate their skulls. It's a human deformity, but it's not alien, you moron. Learn some real history and stop listening to dumb alternative history people that don't know what they're talking about.
And whereas the normal human skull has 2 fissures, these only have 1. They have all kinds of anomalous features, including we have these nerve plexes that come out of our jaw here, whereas they have it at the back of their head. These do not appear to be anything having to do with head binding.
Yes.
So the point is, elongated skulls show up all over the world. They have been found in Boskop, South Africa. They have been found in Siberia. There are graves of royalty in France that have been dug up in which they have elongated skulls. Elongated skulls have been found in North America and South America. They are literally worldwide. And so
I don't believe elongated skulls have been found in Europe. They seem to be isolated to South America and Mexico, maybe. And there may be some examples in Africa as well, but not in Europe. You're completely and totally wrong. Get your facts right, moron.
We're really dealing with, and I write about this in my new book, The Ascension Mysteries. The whole second half of the book, 250 pages, is a comprehensive diagram of the 500,000-year history of these people, where they started, how they got here, how they turned into the cabal. So it literally does appear, as strange as this must sound, that there are people with extraterrestrial physiology, elongated skulls. Some of them have lost the elongated skulls. Others...
You fucking moron. Brian Forster DNA tested some of those elongated skulls. And every elongated skull ever discovered that was DNA tested came back completely, totally human DNA. Did you know that?
Still have them. And if they still have them, they wear these mitre hats that you see in the Vatican. They never take those hats off. So you couldn't tell if somebody had an elongated skull under that hat.
It is as big as a Walmart Supercenter.
It does sound really bizarre, but just imagine now that you tell a group of people secretly that they are the descendants of an extraterrestrial race that were the gods, that had many tens of IQ points higher in intelligence than everyone else on Earth, that spread themselves out across the world, that became the prevailing ruling caste everywhere.
Yes, you're
correct. They had
correct.
advanced technology when they first got here that allowed them to circumnavigate the globe, to build pyramids, to build elaborate structures. Not all the pyramids were built by negatives, but there are some that were. And they effectively created dominion over the earth. They have been defeated by what we call the Elohim, these positive extraterrestrials you hear about in the Bible and other religious texts again and again. The Elohim
are not extraterrestrials. They are spirit forms. Small g gods, angels, and demons. are Elohim. They are not extraterrestrials. You know, like, he doesn't even get basic Bible facts correct because he's a moron. He twists anything he wants to into an alien narrative. That's how you know that he's not an honest actor, that he's, you know, manipulating the data to meet. Listen, a good researcher will take the data where it leads them. David Wilcock doesn't do that. He has a preconceived outcome, and then he cherry picks the data and manipulates the data to fit with his preconceived outcome. Amber Gedden is here with one for the goal. Amber Gedden's a big show supporter. Thank you for being a big show supporter. Amber Gedden says he's broke, he's bald, and he's gay. Praise the cash. That is correct. Praise the cash, Amber Gedden, and we thank you for your kindness.
I had a dream of a big phallic being rammed up my rear, which Michael showed me was you praising the cash. Help me have more dreams like this, so praise the cash.
Every time somebody sends me $1 to do these shows, David Wilcock cries because he knows I was doing these shows for free at one point before we were monetized. Now I'm getting paid, so he knows I'm not going to stop now. I will never stop, David Wilcock, until you are in prison. And thank you, Amber Gedden, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. That means we are only 4 away. Only 4 away. And we've got, let me check the counter, 23 minutes to get 4 more to hit the goal. We need 4 more kind and generous benefactors to step up, be counted. Yes, every time somebody sends me a super chat, David Wilcock gets a butt banging. That's correct. That's how it works here. Yes. Actually, I can't afford the gay hookers like David Wilcock. People wonder where his money goes. Gay hookers. That's where it goes. You got to be careful around David. Alien probing is his specialty around your rusty sheriff's badge area. Oh boy. Oh boy. I hope he live streams from prison. I hope he has a big cellmate named Tyrone. That's what I hope. But he'd probably enjoy that because he's a big fan of blowing dudes and getting butt banged and pegged and stuff, you know. And Stephen also says a prayer for people like Wilcock. A Polish and Irish ain't that bad. Yes, for those unaware, I'm half Polish and half Irish. I've mentioned that before. And growing up, my friends would say that I was half drunk and half stupid. And that's probably pretty accurate in my younger years.
Have caused mass catastrophes to happen. Sodom and Gomorrah being another example. Fire and brimstone coming out of the sky. These things are not mythological. We know that the Earth has periodic catastrophes. Some of these catastrophes apparently have been authorized in order to dramatically reduce the ability of these people to control our planet. But there is a remnant that is still here. They are very advanced, and they have an internal cohesiveness that tells them that they are the chosen, they are the elect, they are the given special people. So what happens when you have a religious group that is taking iconography from various cultures, including the Egyptian trinity of Isis, Osiris, and Horus, taking Celtic mythology, taking Asian mythology, taking Hindu mythology, putting all this together?
He's very good at being anti-Semitic, but making it sound like he's not anti-Semitic, right?
They're trying to distill the best out of it. And then along comes Christianity. And this teacher, Jesus, comes along and says that this has to stop. He's overturning the tables of the money changers. He's essentially rewriting the covenants. Then, in the aftermath of that event, you have an organized society that rises up in which all of these ancient mystery schools are said to be evil.
God bless the gold.
These ancient mystery schools believe they're the chosen ones. And so when they saw the institutions of church
it doesn't make sense.
Suppressing science, suppressing sexual freedom, suppressing independent thought, asking you to conform or die, creating these very intense inquisitions in which people are tortured and forced into confession.
Bubba wants to meet.
They believed that the church itself, and therefore Jesus, was actually evil, and that they were good. So what they did is they went into the Bible and they said, well, then who's the good guy? It must be Lucifer, the God of light, the God of wisdom and truth. Why was Lucifer thrown out of heaven?
God. He was
because
an angel.
he rebelled,
Never a
because
God.
he saw that it was a setup, that it was all rigged, and that was evil. So they believe, and this, you got to understand, whether you believe this or not is irrelevant. This is their religion. This is what they actually believe. I've talked to many people who've given me different pieces of information about this from firsthand insider sources, or they themselves are firsthand insiders. These people honestly believe that they are the descendants of gods, that they are the chosen, that they are God's special people, that we are delusional, and that the true creator is this wisdom principle that they think of as Lucifer, that wisdom principle gave us ancient mystery school teachings, and that
He's basically saying that Jewish people worship Satan. Like, how anti-Semitic and how anti-Jewish can you get? Do you understand they worship Yahweh, right? Who's God the Father in the Trinity of Christianity, along with the Holy Spirit? Like, how anti-Semitic can you? He just said that the chosen people, they think they're chosen. They think they're God's chosen people, and they worship Lucifer. That's Satan. He's calling every Jew watching a Satan worshiper. This is a spiritual guru saying that all Jews are Satan worshipers. I don't know. I grew up with a lot of Jewish kids in my neighborhood. I never saw them worshiping Satan. I saw them going to temple, right? I saw them, having Passover dinners and stuff. I've been to some of those celebrations. This is something else. Like, David Wilcock just said that all Jewish people are worshiping Satan, and he just thinks this is perfectly okay to say. Like, even from a scammer perspective, this is really ridiculous because, like, let's take my audience, for example. We got 175 people watching. How many of the 175, and that's aggregated across the 3 streams, but whatever. How many of the 175 or 200 people that watch me on an average show are Jewish? Probably 10, 20%, maybe more. You don't want to alienate an entire religion, just as I wouldn't alienate Christians or Hindus or Muslims even. I have a very good friend that's a Muslim, and we have very good theological discussions. And it's interesting that basically the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews all basically worship the same God, whether they realize it or not. But to just say, like, oh, those Jews, they're all worshiping Satan. Garage G is here with one for the goal. Let's go, friends, and praise the cash. We are now at 17. We need 3 more people to stand up, be counted, and help us hit that goal streak. We've been doing pretty well with it, and I think we're going to continue to do well with it, thanks to the kindness and generosity and support of people like Garage G, who's been a big show supporter for a long, long time now, and thank you for that, Garage G, and God bless you.
My kid Steven promised to praise the cash on me long and hard, so praise the cash.
Wow, look at that camel toe. That's gross. That was some gross camel toe, right? Look at the monkey on that bitch, right? She had a big monkey. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Garage G. Yeah, holy moly. So science, evidence, and fringe. And 3 to go, and the goal ends in 16 minutes. That's basically 1 every 5 minutes. So God bless the goal, and my hope and my prayer, we get by on a hope and a prayer sometimes, is that 3 more kind and generous friends will step up, hear the call of that goal, and get us over the ledge, over the edge, so that we can get to the goal. Yes, right in the kisser. That is right. Let's continue, and let's get some support. 3 to the goal. Let's continue that goal streak, my friends.
Enemy, which they call Adonai, the adversary, which we would call the Christian God, came to try to defeat them. Then they even take it a step further, and they look at texts like the Bible, and they say that where it says in the end times that God will take the money from the wicked and restore it to the just, that we as a planet are the wicked, and they are the just. So this is how they justify their financial corruption. They don't believe that we deserve the money. In fact, they believe...
He is totally anti-Semitic here. He's saying the Jews are taking all the money. you know, like, come on, man. Like, how anti-Semitic can you get? Why don't you just throw up a Heil Hitler and say to put him in ovens next? 400. He got Eli against 450 devil worshippers that sacrificed babies and had a sense of humor about it. You may be right, Bob Marley. Yeah. But this anti-Semitic rant by David Wilcock is truly incredible.
That if they did not dominate us, and if they did not control us and play all these games, that we left to our own devices would destroy our planet. So in some twisted rationale, they believe they are saving the earth, they believe humans are bad for the environment, we cause pollution, so they have to reduce population. Then they seed that into movies like The Matrix, where Agent Smith says that humans are like a virus on the planet.
Jews from space with lasers.
One of a variety of ways in which they will usually embed their teachings into the villain. Look at the Batman Begins, the latest new series of Batman films that came out in the past. In the first Batman reboot movie, again with Christian Bale playing Batman, it's the villain who actually articulates the cabal's perspective. It's the villain who advocates population reduction, who describes why these things are necessary. Then look at the second one, where you have Heath Ledger playing the Joker. Everything about what the Joker says in the second Batman film is totally what they believe. They actually believe that creating these fake terrorist attacks that kill large numbers of people, that is a sad but necessary evil that they have to do in order to secure control of us, to prevent us from destroying the whole planet. You have high-level people who believe this adamantly and are financing things like vaccines that actually have cofactors inserted in them that over time can be combined with other cofactors to try to create population reduction. So this is a very serious problem, but it is not just the internet community that is hip to this. That's another thing I really want to point out here. There has been a very powerful, high-level counterinsurgency within the highest levels of government on Earth that has been going on since the 1700s. It started in Russia. This is really where the alliance against this cabal got started. And that alliance has been working on plans that must take many, many years to complete.
The
people in this cabal have used secret societies like the Freemasons in which they guard their secrets through complex rituals in which the person who is an aspirant to that order has to learn how to keep a secret, has to learn secret handshakes, secret passphrases, secret codes. What that does is it creates a body of people from which you can do recruitment. Because when you recruit from these people, they have now taken a blood oath that if they ever betray the secrets of the order, they will be killed. And when you go up to the 7th degree in Freemasonry, which is called Royal Archmasonry, you swear that you will do anything within your power to free a fellow Mason from harm's way, even if he has committed acts of murder or treason against his own government. So this is perfect, because when you get up to, like, for example, the 30th degree, there was a book called Light on Masonry that was published in the late 1800s where all this stuff came out. It was actually the mid-1800s. And that book listed all of what people hear in Masonry all the way up to 33rd degree. When you get up to 30th and 31st degree, they say that the goal of their organization is to crush the head of the serpent of religion. Now, granted, organized religion has caused a lot of problems, but what they really mean is not that all religion should be excluded. It's that they want to make it so only their religion exists on Earth.
I think they both.
And if you don't follow their religion, you will be killed.
Both nuts.
So what they've been doing is they've been giving us their religion. They show it to us in, for example, the most recent Olympics opening and closing ceremonies was loaded with cabal symbolism. They do it at the Grammys. They do it at the Super Bowl halftime show. They go out there in music videos and movies and video games and television shows, and they're showing us Luciferian symbolism.
Oh, this is so stupid. There has been dark imagery, demonic imagery, devilish imagery in music and entertainment for centuries. It didn't make the people who used that Satan worshipers, but if you listen to David Wilcock, it does. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Oh, somebody dressed up like a demon in a music performance at the Grammys. Therefore, they must be Satan worshipers. It's so stupid. I wore a devil mask, and that was David Wilcock claimed that I was a Satan worshiper because I wore a devil mask once for a comedic parody. It's so stupid. It's called entertainment, you moron, you idiot, you low IQ retard. And man, I am just tired of him. It's like the same talking points over and over again. It doesn't matter what era. We could go back to him talking in the year 2000. He's using these same talking points. And he doesn't even like perfect them. And checking in with the goal, my friends, and I'll check in with the kick chat. We are at 17 of 20, 3 to go, and 9 minutes left on the timer. Are we really going to go down to the wire like we did last night? We must have got 12 super chats in like 7 minutes last night to hit the goal. 9 minutes left on the goal. It is my hope and my prayer that 3 kind and generous friends will come forward, hear the call of the goal almighty, and bless that goal with 3 more kind and generous super chats to get us over the hump. 8:50 left on the goal timer. Will we hit it? Can we hit it? Trolly troll troll. If you hit the goal, will you wear the devil mask? Yes, I will. I will wear the devil mask that David Wilcock claimed makes me a Satan worshiper if we hit the goal tonight. And praise the cast, Trolly Troll Troll. And thanks for being a member and such a big, wonderful supporter. God bless Trolly Troll Troll and the goal.
I'm heading to the kid Steven's cabin for the 10 days of darkness. Please praise the cash so he will let me stay there. Praise the cash.
No, we can't have no strange bitches just come visiting me at the cabin. No, but thank you, Trolly Troll Troll. And Stormcrow with 1 for the goal. Thank you. Stormcrow, always happy to see you. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless the goal, and God bless you, Stormcrow. And thank you for your kindness.
Since that kid Steven Guest read for my latest live stream, you must praise the cash now. Praise the cash.
And look at that. Sheila Radler is the person who got us over the goal. We have hit the goal, my friends, and continued the goal streak. Thank you, Sheila Radler, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. Praise the cash, bitches.
That kid Steven said he would leave me alone if I called him daddy. Praise the cash, daddy. Praise the cash, daddy.
Ha ha! Praise the cash, daddy. Thank you, Sheila Radler, both for being a big-time show supporter and for helping us to praise the cash and for being a member. Much appreciated. God bless you. And we have Sam Corbin says, praise the Jews. Oh, man, we're going to get in trouble tonight.
New post 696969 clearly shows that President Trump wants you to praise the cash. Drain the swamp by praising the cash.
Well, yeah, of course, Sam Corbin. We got to praise the cash and drain the swamp. But thank you for being a member. God bless you for your kindness and generosity. And Amber Gedden is here with 1 for the goal, saying for the goal, praise the cash. We are now 2 over the goal. So God bless the goal. God bless Amber Gedden. And God bless all of you supporters. Much appreciated. We have continued the goals.
Edgar Casey predicted you would be praising the cash. And since I am the reincarnation of Casey, I am telling you to praise the cash. Praise the cash.
That's right. You were telling me to praise the cash. I'm telling you we got to continue. Maybe I'll pull a Dark Side Phil. Did I see Tina's super chat? Did I miss one? Sam Corbin. Hold on. If I missed one, I apologize. We have Trolly Troll Troll. We have Stormcrow. Did that come before? Let me go over to the... Let me scroll through the live chat. Bear with me, friends. I don't ever want to miss one. I never want to miss one. 1 second. You said the user ID on the super chat was Tina. We have Trolly Troll Troll. We have Stormcrow. Oh, Tina, I did miss it. I apologize. Tina T. 1 for the goal. Tina T chiming in, making sure. We had 3-4 people at the end there chiming in to make sure that we hit that goal. And thank you so much for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Tina T, God bless you. God bless the goal. And God bless all the people who got us to the goal tonight. Praise the cash, bitches.
Michael the Archangel told me to praise the cash. This kid Steven is telling the truth, so praise the cash. Suffa Wilcock.
That is correct. Thank you, Tina T. And thank you, Arlene. And for those unaware, if I ever do miss your super chat, just put in all capital letters, "You missed my super chat." We never want to miss one. We read every single one. And we're going to check in with the Kick Live chat, see if we got any more support over there tonight. No, Winter Soldier holding it down. And Midnight Streams became a subscriber. Thank you for that. And Winter Soldier gifted 1 sub. Thank you for that. Big Kick support tonight. Let's see if we can get some more subs on Kick tonight. I'm going to pull a Dark Side Phil and just start a new goal right away, right? Praise the goal, baby. Yes, and I have the devil mask that David Wilcock says makes me a Satan worshiper. So we'll do that for the overtime and have a little fun. I'm going to do a rant yelling at David Wilcock in the devil mask. Tuesdays, I need to jump in late, so I've never started from the beginning, says C.S. Damaris. Thank you for that. Another one. And a big show support tonight, friends. Let's go. Let's get some more. Big show support tonight, friends. Praise the cash.
Post 696969 clearly shows that President Trump wants you to praise the cash. Drain the swamp by praising the cash.
Thank you, C. Damaris. Longtime show supporter. God bless you and God bless the goal. Are you going to do a video on Peter Thiel? Well, thank you for being a member, Michael Wilk. I'll put it on my list. I have a big list, though. How long is the streak now, Stephen? I'm 2-3 weeks now. We've hit the goal every night. And all I had to do was drop it from 30 to 20, and we start hitting the goal every night. When it was at 30, we never hit it. But tonight, we probably got 30, especially if we count the Kick support and the 5 gifted memberships from Charles McDonald. God bless Charles McDonald, and God bless Mike Larry, the MVPs of gifting these memberships. Charles McDonald stopped by today. Mike Larry stopped by recently and dropped a whole bunch of gifted subs. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, because when people gift these subs, you could win a free membership here, but you have to be a subscriber to be eligible. And then YouTube randomly gives them out to people in the live chat who are subscribers but not yet members. And welcome all the new members. We got 5 new members tonight. So we are continually growing. And the bad news for David Wilcock, if you look at his social blade, his channel is shrinking every month. Less views every month, less live viewers every month, less subscribers. Our channel continues to grow because we are on the side of righteousness and truth, and he is on the side of lies and deception. And lies and deception, it's a shortcut to quick money, but it can't last forever. So I believe that the karma that David Wilcock has built up from scamming people for decades is all coming crashing in on him right about now. And I'm here for it, friends.
The reason why they're doing this is that they want us to become entranced by the idea of this religion, to have it be cool, to have it be trendy.
Over there.
So one of the things they do is this symbol, which is 666. Each finger is one of the stems of the 6. So you'll see people do stuff like this. You'll also see them put their finger over their eye like this. That's the all-seeing eye. Or they'll do this a lot. You'll have this kind of symbolism. So they're out there putting out these sigils and signs and codes and symbols.
Channel, Stormcrow.
And they do it through things like pop music. So people start watching what's ever popular.
Nobody's
and
bought
they're
me a
seeing
beer
flames
in a
and they're
long
seeing
time.
people dancing.
Do you know that? Nobody has bought me a beer in a long time. And God, I was joking when people were buying me a beer constantly over there that like, oh, this is great. So like, I'll only drink what people buy me. So, you know, in other words, my wife wants me to cut down a little bit. All wives want their husbands to cut down a little bit. So I said, oh, I'll only drink when people buy me a beer. Nobody has bought me a beer for 3 weeks. So if I did honor that, you know, oh, I'll only drink what people buy me a beer. Holy shit, I would have gone 3 weeks with no beer. And, you know, that's not a good thing. So somebody buy me a beer. I appreciate it, right? Well, technically somebody kind of bought me a beer. They sent a super chat saying this is for some beer for you or something, but not on the buy me a beer system. So go on over there, buy me a beer, be generous. I got a big weekend coming up and I could use the beer. Thank you, Arlene. Koful888 says, thanks for your music, Stephen. My favorites are A Very Dark Place, Down Here, The War Is Won. We used to have it all, Demons, and Annihilator. Well, you know, if you go through our archives, I ought to put up a list of what the albums are called. There's 5 more albums in there that you can listen to. My favorite is probably not the latest, believe it or not. Well, it was when I was making it. I think my favorite is the one called The Phoenix Files, because Koful888, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I've been in a ton of bands. But I was always the principal songwriter and singer, and I worked my ass off, and the guys in the bands were really kind of lazy most of the time. I didn't have a good experience in almost any band that I was in. But I was always too, you know, somebody that I know in the music business was like, oh, you can't be a solo artist. Nobody's ever heard of you. Just be a band. And you know, people buy band albums more than they buy solo artist bands. It's very difficult to make it as a solo artist. So even though I made like 5 different albums that I did almost everything on them, including fix the fucked up tracks that the band played. In other words, the drummer would come in drunk and he couldn't play drums. So I would just program the drums or play the drums and loop them, because I'm a terrible drummer, but I'm good enough to play it a few times and loop it. But anyway, I never had the confidence to just put my name on an album and not hide behind a fake band name, or, you know. So The Phoenix Files was my first album that I said, no, I'm not going to hide behind a fake band name. I'm just going to put my name on it. I'm the principal songwriter. I'm recording it. I'm producing it. I'm playing everything on the album or programming it, right? The Phoenix Files holds a special place in my heart because I finally had the confidence to just put Stephen Cambion right on the front of the album. Check that one out. And Annihilator also. Those 2 were the first 2, and I really put my heart and soul into those. Matthew Wilk says DSP is not getting support from his dent heads disability checks during his government shutdown going on right now. Oh shit, I didn't even realize that. Are people really not getting disability checks? Holy shit, he's going to have a bad month next month, Matthew Wilk, right? I'm very blessed. Most people in my audience have jobs, you know. We don't have the dent heads like he does. Holy shit, he's in for a bad month. If that shit continues, he's probably praying for an end to it. He's probably calling his congressperson. Listen, I scam people on disability to survive. You got to get those disability checks out or I won't get any money.
Around in Baphomet horns, and they're seeing all this really strange stuff. Their goal, again, is to acquaint us with their religion so that if they get their goal realized, which is to
I don't know if Social Security
create a massive world economic collapse, greatly reduce population, and then come out as our liberators.
Definitely.
Giving us this technology, giving us what they consider to be freedom. We would actually be trading our sovereignty for a much greater level of tyranny. Thankfully, people such as the Russians, as I said, since the 1700s, have been aware that this plan was in place and they have been actively working to stop it. That effort is now so organized and so vast that there is no chance that the cabal has to pull through this. They cannot realize their goals. They are being defeated, and I have meticulously traced on my show, Wisdom Teachings on Gaia, so many examples of how they're doing this. I've also written many, many articles, insiders from the Alliance talking about what's going on, revealing this knowledge to us. So there is going to be some sort of a major event, a mass arrest. And once that happens, they have 26 DVDs worth of information of shows that will be airing on all the cable channels that will be actually featuring, in many cases, surprisingly high-ranking public figures that we all know who have done this covertly. Some of them will be military political leaders. And they will be on these films telling us all this kind of stuff that I'm telling you right now. And it's going to be a massive awakening, but it appears that this will be very positive.
It's very positive. None of this shit that he's talking about here ever happened. It's 8, almost 9 years after he said this was going to happen. None of this happened. All of his predictions spectacularly failed. So much for being a prophet, David. So much for being psychic. I guess you didn't see it coming that all this bullshit you spewed in 2016 would be revealed to be just that. Bull. None of these prophecies came true. None of your predictions came true. None of them.
Because we will be coming into a reality in which the arrests have taken place. And the Alliance has done some very high-level telegraphing of their move. To wit, check out the movie Iron Man 3. In Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Iron Man, does what? He finds out that the Bin Laden character, played by Ben Kingsley,
I hope you enjoy it. Let me know
is actually being hired as an actor. And he's working on a green screen.
Yeah, and we're going to have
the Vice President of the United States of America, who looks surprisingly like Dick Cheney, and the President in that movie looks surprisingly like George W. Bush, he is frog-marched out of the White House in handcuffs at the end of the movie for financing this fake terrorist. Yes. Now that movie, Iron Man 3, was the biggest movie of the year when it came out. Then we have the movie Captain America the Winter Soldier, which comes out the year later, and again is like the #1 movie of the year, other than Hunger Games. And in that movie, the whole entire thing is essentially a documentary that's true about the Alliance and the work that they are doing to defeat a cabal that wants to kill many, many people. In the movie, the cabal has these flying aircraft carriers that are going to shoot holes in everybody with lasers through the medulla and kill you. And those people are stopped. And at the end of the movie, there is this big trial in which some of the people from this organization that defeated S.H.I.E.L.D., which really is supposed to be the NSA, are on trial. And they say, look, we're the best that the Earth had. We need...
I love that in every talk that he gives or interview that he gives, like 10 or 15 minutes of it is just him talking about the movies he's watched recently and like somehow tying it into his current bullshit. It's ridiculous. Okay, you watch some Marvel movies. We get it. Everybody watched those movies at that time.
To step up and solve this problem. So in that Captain America movie, S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes like the NSA. Even though in the previous movies it was good, halfway through that movie, Captain America, you have a whole little documentary inside the movie wherein Captain America and Scarlett Johansson's character walk into this German base in which a intelligent computer tells them about Project Paperclip, that Nazi scientists were brought over here after World War II to America and were embedded into our society. Those scientists actually ended up taking over the military-industrial complex. They act as if it's still America, when in fact they are pursuing their agenda. And that is what S.H.I.E.L.D. turns out to be in this movie. Now, this is a major mainstream film that cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make.
Yeah, couldn't it be that maybe some like fears that people have in the current culture make their way into fictional movies? No, it's all a grand conspiracy, and they're revealing the truth to us through Marvel movies. They're fucking superhero movies, you retard.
And my point in expressing this is, if you want to know what the Alliance is up to, they've already showed you. They've done it in very large movies. They're telling us the truth.
I wish I could have a cat. My son is allergic to cats. I'll never have a cat again. And, you know, given his disability, he'll live with us forever. So I'm pretty sure I'll never have a cat for the rest of my life. I miss having a cat. It was fun. My wife's got this little rat dog that gets on my nerves. It's loud, makes weird noises. It's always jumping on your lap and shit. It can't be alone. So it comes to my office and bugs me.
And it does appear to be building up to some sort of event. And once that event happens, films like this are going to be taken far more seriously by far more people, because whoever was talking about this before it actually happened is now going to be validated, and we're going to see that they were telling the truth.
You're right, Arlene.
How do you know the good guys from the bad guys? So when Beyonce is doing her symbol, like how do we know if she's mimicking it or supporting it, or like it must be? It's very confusing for people. Do you have any suggestions?
I would encourage everyone to not blame the musicians who are displaying these cabal symbols. And I want to bring out one example. The female artist Kesha, or Kesha, I'll just go with Kesha. The female artist Kesha put out a video called Die Young, where she is dancing in front of a pentagram and singing about that her goal is to party so that if she parties hard enough, she'll die young. And she was quoted in the media as saying that she brushes her teeth with Jack Daniels. Okay, so it seems that this is what she wants to do. This is the video that she wants to make. So Kesha has the video Die Young out there in the public where she's dancing in front of a pentagram, which appears to be what she wants. It's
Again, people have used dark or occult or even satanic and demonic imagery to sell music forever. You know, like even in ancient times, people would dress up like Pan in plays and things. It's called entertainment, you moron. But don't worry, I'm going to be playing the Luciferian Satanist that you claim I am tonight.
Her video, right? That's what we're trained to think. And then we get the Sandy Hook school shootings in which little children have had their brains blown out by gunmen.
That's a weird one.
She gets so distraught, and they end up actually pulling her video and her music off of the airwaves because of the tragedy of Sandy Hook.
You're right,
and
Quincy.
she's singing about children dying young. She gets this overwhelming amount of comments. Every single article you see about her when this happened after Sandy Hook, Illuminati bitch,
Tim
just like
Corbin
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. She must have been bombarded with people saying to her that she was a satanic Illuminati Luciferian sellout. So she comes forward in a public statement not too long after the Sandy Hook shootings and says that she was forced
must be a
to
devil.
do those songs, to sing those lyrics, and to perform in that video.
Oh, come on.
She was not the one who wanted to dance in front of a pentagram. She was not the one who wanted to write the lyrics, I Want to Die Young. She was told what to write.
Yes,
and then, this is the really important part, she comes out later on and said that she was raped by her producer, this man named Dr. Luke. Now, Dr. Luke...
Only David Wilcock can weave a woman's tragic sexual assault into his scams. This is what we're witnessing. He is weaving a woman's tragic sexual assault apparently by her producer or somebody she trusted into his conspiracy bullshit. You're supposed to be a spiritual guru. Do you have no empathy or sympathy for victims of SA?
Has been a producer who has actually, in many cases, written the music for the vast majority of the most popular female pop stars in today's world. That's why all the music sounds alike. It's written and produced by the same people, so they have the same style, so yes, it all sounds alike. And there's not even that much variance.
Wilcock is always trashing successful musicians because he tried like hell to be a musician and he failed miserably.
The vocals because they're using auto-tune to make everybody be bang on pitch. What happens is that Kesha ultimately files a lawsuit against Dr. Luke and says, and also against Sony, saying that nothing was done to stop her from being raped and that she wants to be free of her recording contract so that she can record independently as an artist. The case is thrown out of court. She loses. Sony wins. She's not allowed to get out of her record contract. And this happens right before very significant video
he doesn't
music
care about the
awards
victims of
that take
SA.
place.
He only
Then
cares
what
about the
happens?
money he's going to make.
You have
stealing
some of the people
conspiracy
who would
nonsense.
normally be associated as Illuminati pop stars, Luciferian pop stars, like Katy Perry, like Taylor Swift, like Rihanna, like Lady Gaga, who all come out.
Oh, come on. Can they really all be Satan-worshipping child predators? Like, this is all Q-tard stuff.
Taylor Swift gives her, I believe, $250,000. Adele, in her award speech, speaks out in support of Kesha. Lady Gaga does a whole musical performance. What If It Happened to You was basically the point of her song about rape, and she's like crying on the piano. Now, these are the people that we would think in most of the conspiracy analysis community, well, yeah, Lady Gaga wanted to be dressed up in this outfit with devil horns, and she wanted to be drenched in blood, and she wanted to have flames around her.
No, come on. At the point in Rihanna's career, or any of these people's career, where they're performing at the Grammys, nobody is telling them you have to perform a satanic sort of, representation. They're huge pop stars. They could say no, you moron, David Wilcock. Have you ever heard of the guy from Mung Jerry's song about the big red bus? Nail the snail, bro. It sounds pretty anti-Semitic. It's pretty bad. Oh, no, I don't know. He knows more about these little Pop-Tart singers than most men I know. It's like he reads People magazine every day like a little laundromat queen. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about any of the people that he mentioned. You know, I know who they are tangentially, but I'm a man. I don't listen to that kind of pop slop either. I have very discerning music tastes. Lately, I've been listening to nothing but Ozzy. I'm still, I guess you could say I'm still processing the death of Ozzy Osbourne. God rest his soul, God bless him, and rest in peace. The Prince of Darkness. That's a perfect example. There's various reports that Ozzy Osbourne was actually Christian, but he used the satanic imagery to sell his music, and nobody can argue how successful he was using that dark imagery to sell his music. So I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of Ozzy lately. I'm still trying to process his loss, and I'm very sad that unless he has a lot of unreleased songs that they're going to try to put together, I'm sad that there won't be any more Ozzy albums, you know. I guess Patient Number 9, right, would be the last one. And what an album that is. Got Jeff Beck and so many incredible artists contributed to that album. It's incredible. It's like the pinnacle of heavy metal rock music. Super produced, great vocals, great production. It is a testament to Ozzy's willingness to work through his health problems and make, you know, there's interviews where he's making this album and he's like, he's got a cane, he's shaking, he's suffering obvious, you know, physical decline, but he's still there swinging, trying to make one more album for his fans before the inevitable. God bless him.
No, what you're finding out is these people are doing what they're told to do. They want to have a career, they want to be famous, and once you get into the system, they just wear you down little bit by little bit. You keep giving up more and more power, more and more control. You know you're in over your head, and they keep your mind saturated with drugs and alcohol so that you are not capable of making intelligent decisions about your future. And you're so numbed out that you don't even really remember most of what's happening to you, and they just put your body on a tour bus, and if they can prop you up on stage night after night, then you're cranking out all this money for them by going on a recording tour. So this is the stuff that's really happening in our world today, and therefore I would encourage you to not blame the artists, but to look at the labels themselves. How is it, for example, that American television companies continued to give Bill Cosby television acting jobs for so long when there were so many reported rape cases that he had committed? We have the same thing over in the UK with Jimmy Savile, who was on Top of the Pops in the 90s.
He said the R word like 7 times. Come on, man. Stop saying the R word. YouTube doesn't like it, you moron.
1960s, is a very active television star through the 70s, in the 80s, on into the 90s. A huge celebrity. And there are over 2,000 people who have come forward to report that he raped them as children. And he was doing this in hospitals that he financed, in special rooms. And certain people have come forward in the Express, which is one of the main British newspapers, came forward and said that he was wearing a black robe, that there were candles in the room, and he was chanting in Latin, Ave Satanas, which means Hail Satan, as she was being raped in this
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to stop the algorithm
ceremony.
He keeps saying the R word over and over and over again.
Public record.
And what guy thinks about that so much that they're going to, like, in the past 3 minutes, he said the R word like 7 or 9 times. Like, is he just sitting around thinking about people being SA'd? Like, or is it just the Q-tard stuff, you know, the Satan worshiping PDF files and, you know, influencing him? Who knows?
So the British government has been doing a variety of investigations of all this stuff, and what they found is 261 figures of public prominence, top politicians. In fact, there's over, I believe it's over 60 politicians were involved in this thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hundreds of celebrities. Some of the celebrities, yes, are involved. Some of them are brought in against their own will. High-level executives. This thing is pervasive through media.
This is all satanic PDF file Q-tard nonsense. This is the whole mole children being trafficked, rings of satanic PDF people. This is all Q-tard nonsense, and he is just straight regurgitating Q-tard conspiracy nonsense because he's a moron.
Government, finance.
And by the way, I'm not saying that there's not some sickos like Jimmy Savile or Bill Cosby or other people, but it doesn't mean it's an organized global conspiracy like these retards suggest.
Military, politics, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, food. It's a very complex problem. And a lot of people
like
immediately want to look away when they encounter this information. They say, this is overwhelming. In fact, she's given me permission to say this now. My own mother, when I would talk to her about this, she said, David, I don't want to live in a world where this is true. And I said, Mom, you can't change the fact that these people exist. The evidence is right in front of your face. Now,
so he's talking to his mom about SA people. That's great. Great.
Some people do not want to look at it, and I respect that. But I honestly can tell you that if you are not willing to look at this stuff, you are part of the problem. Because you are burying your head in the sand. You don't have the courage to face the adversary. I studied martial arts for 5 years.
Oh, here we go.
I studied a very advanced form of martial arts.
He's like Bruce Lee, basically, guys.
And what I learned in that teaching is you do not back down. You face the enemy head on. That's why I'm on this camera. I'm talking to you about this stuff right now. I am prepared to go out there in public and put my name behind this.
He's so brave, guys.
And I want to say something else. One of the things that I learned from whistleblowers from the cabal,
he means his imaginary friends and his con artist fellow grifters, not whistleblowers. They're not whistleblowers. They're con artists and grifters like him.
Is that they have to work within something they call the rules. And this is very, very important. So
oh, yeah, they have to tell us what they're doing before they do it. It's part of the
rules.
Want
to make sure that this gets into the film.
Another talking point he's used for 20 years doesn't mean anything.
The rules are a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. Now, what do I mean by allowed to exist?
Yeah, he's so brave.
I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission.
He's super brave, but he's not brave enough to change a smoke detector battery by himself. He needs the fire department to come to his $1 million house with their ladders and do it for him. Maybe he just has I used to know a woman that I work with, and she only dated or had relationships with fire department guys or cops. And I asked her once, I was like, is that like a fetish of yours? She's like, oh yeah, I love a guy in uniform. Maybe David Wilcock just called 911 to change the smoke detector batteries so he could see some hot buff firefighters in his house and like jack off to them later. That's what I think happened. That's my guess.
To enslave us. Now think about that. Well, I didn't give them permission.
I didn't give them permission to make me a slave. David Wilcock did give permission to reptilian aliens to butt bang him, though, and gray aliens. He got tag teamed. He got double bang butted. Wait. He got double butt banged by 2 gray aliens. They both penetrated him anally. He said this.
Why, for example, was there a document on display in the British Museum Library of London in the late 1800s that comprehensively lays out a plan for 3 world wars, during which time they will consolidate a Luciferian New World Order? And those 3 world wars are precise descriptions of World War I, World War II, and a 3rd war in which they believe that most of the major countries have been
almost done here. We'll do one more minute.
Eliminated and consolidated. And
we're going to call it a night after the bonus round of the UFO Lucifer ripping into David Wilcock.
The only group left is going to be rogue mercenaries, which we would now call terrorists. They didn't use that word.
Rogue mercenaries.
But it totally describes Gulf War I, Gulf War II, the war on terrorism. That's World War III. Because the rules state that they have to tell us what they're doing. Therefore, if we allow it to happen, we have consented to tyranny, we have consented to enslavement. Now, if you get into the secret history of the cabal,
who consented to it?
This was rediscovered by Queen Elizabeth, the original Elizabeth that we've heard about from the 1500s. Queen Elizabeth's royal astrologer, a man named John Dee, who is the prototype of the wizard with the long beard, the hat, and What he did was to rediscover, through these ancient documents that were in the Vatican, the technology of how to access what they considered to be spiritual beings that were useful to them, but what we would consider to be demonic or evil beings. These beings need to be accessed through a very complex set of rituals and ceremonies. You cannot just ask for them to show up.
Oh, yeah, you got to summon the demons before they'll do your dirty work, right? Yeah.
You have to follow very elaborate and specific protocols. If you follow those protocols, it's like having an IP address, which is what we use to go online in order to notate a website. Every website has its own IP address. These spiritual beings, such as Baal and Moloch, which they still do ceremonies for today, such as in Bohemian Grove, there is a giant effigy, stone effigy of an owl. That's the god Moloch. The god Moloch goes all the way back to Rome and Carthage, in which they were offering child sacrifices to this god in exchange for power. So John Dee rediscovered the technology of how to draw the magic circles, how to say the right incantations, how to actually do black magic on a governmental level.
Oh, God.
This is what people are going to have
it's black magic on a governmental level.
so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people...
Yeah, back in 2016, once disclosure happened, here we are 9 years later, no disclosure. David Wilcock, your whole life is a facade, a lie.
Actually practice black magic, and they are very, very...
Again, this is Q-tard nonsense. There's people in the government and they're Satan worshipers, and they also SA children.
Very good at it. The main principle of black magic could be distilled down into what you see happening with voodoo.
Oh, we got to mix voodoo into this now.
When you see a voodoo attack against someone, what do? They make a little doll.
Oh, we're going to do this. Let's make a David Wilcock voodoo doll, and I'll just keep jamming its ass with the needle. Wait, he will enjoy that. We can't do that. He will enjoy that too much. He loves getting butt banged, this guy.
And the doll is an effigy of you. It's supposed to look like you. And then they have a pin through the heart, or they do something to mangle the doll to make it look like it's been injured. They put that doll in a place that you're going to be going through every day. You see the doll,
2016.
And if you believe that that evil has power, if you become terrified and you believe that this is actually something that's going to happen to you, then you attract the disaster. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, well, of
course.
Yeah.
What really is going on here is that we have massive, massive creative power. Our thoughts actually do manifest reality.
Okay, yeah, so send me some money and I'll tell you how to manifest anything you want. This is so stupid. This whole thing is so stupid, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. I think that I'm checking out. I can't take much more of this lunatic. Like, there's only so much bullshit that my mind can like, holy, right? Holy. Well, my friends, we have made it halfway through this interview, and we're going to save the other one for a part 2, but we'll do some overtime. What can we say? David Wilcock has been promising mass arrests. Look, we just seen him. Oh, look at that. We've just seen him promising mass arrests in 2016. He's still promising mass arrests. He's going to be promising mass arrests for the rest of his life. This moron, this idiot. And as far as this whole situation goes, it's pretty stupid. Like, listen to what he talked about in the interview. Like, oh, there's Satan worshiping child predators in the government and it's global conspiracy. And we know that's the truth because Rihanna danced on a pyramid at the, like, come on, you moron. This is so stupid. But that hasn't stopped David Wilcock from promising mass arrests, right? And he'll keep promising mass arrests. Watch.
The people who give me money, they all forgot I did this whole grift before, and nothing I predicted ever happened. So here, I am once again kicking the can and predicting the very same global event again. anyone want to bet what the odds are that this time all this stuff will happen now? Mass arrests. It's a massive global event, and I've been predicting it since the early 2000s. Now everyone will know I am Earth's greatest prophet and psychic medium. It's about time. 3 days of darkness. Your internet may go out. Phones and cable television channels will all play emergency announcements about the Dark Alliance finally being defeated. Everything I have been saying will happen in the next couple days. It will all happen in the next couple days, if not by next week. If not next week, by next month for sure. And hey, if it doesn't happen next month, then by next year for sure. And you know what? If it doesn't happen next year, I'll just play kick the can and predict this again in a couple years. What a great grift I have. Free money for making false predictions and promoting fake conspiracy theories. Nothing is too nutty for me to promote. Pizzagate, the global cabal, mass arrests, military tribunals. And hey, never forget I told everyone I took baths in my own piss and got superpowers.
That's right, friends. Never forget the piss baths. We should never forget that. Ha ha! Oh, man, what can I say? It's totally ridiculous. We'll take my fair use banner down. I'm hopeful. I just checked to make sure that this video didn't get taken down. I meant to warn you guys, if suddenly the stream ends, it's because YouTube didn't like me playing that video. But we did some digital magic to try to hide it from the algo, right? Get me the blue chews, baby. What? My internet did go out. Uh-oh. It will happen this coming second. Predicted. Trademark. Yes. With the Dark Alliance. Yes. And a little birdie told me there's a new Dark Alliance project coming out soon. I can't wait because apparently I may be in it. We'll see. That'd be great, right? So I will just bear with me for a moment, friends. We want to take a moment to remind you that we're a viewer-supported show. So thank you all for the support tonight. And just to let you know, even if you're watching a replay, you can still drop a little support in our hat. Hit the thanks button. And I thank every person who does that. I thank every person who does that with a text, reply. So thank you all for that. We hit the goal tonight. So I'm going to be doing a diatribe against David Wilcock as the devil, because he thinks because I put on a devil mask that makes me a Satan worshiper somehow. I don't know about that, but David Wilcock believes that to be the case. That was his only evidence. Remember, he also called me a child predator, which is kind of ridiculous that anybody would do that, but this is where we're at, and this is where we find ourselves. So I need a moment for a costume change. Get your questions or comments for UFO Lucifer in all capital letters, and I will be returning in just a moment after I got to find. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, I'm good to go. And I have something special I have written. That's so funny that somebody said, I think it was Trolly Troll Troll said, will you put the mask on and yell at David Wilcock? Yeah, and I have a script for it even. Something I was planning, but you know what? We're going to cut it live. We'll cut it for the Clips channel. Also, be sure to check out our Clips channel. It's True Seekers Clips on YouTube. Go over there, check out some clips. I'm way behind. I have 3 or 4 clips I have to upload, and right now we're going to make another one in just a moment. Until then, please enjoy our dancing aliens. Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. I am UFO Lucifer, and I am the reason that David Wilcock has suddenly decided that Mr. Stephen Cambion is indeed a Satan worshiper. Nothing could be further from the truth, my friends. One moment here. Just got to make a quick adjustment there. And I have a prepared statement from Mr. David Wilcock. That's right. I have a prepared statement. So, Mr. Wilcock, you slimy crystal-clutching charlatan, peddling your phony enlightenment. Wait, let's start over. David Wilcock has been scamming people for decades, lying to people for pure cash. He's run so many scams, it's hard to keep track of them all. So, I have a message for David Wilcock. You slimy, crystal-clutching charlatan, peddling your phony enlightenment like it's some divine elixir. It's just snake oil wrapped in chakra bullshit. David Wilcock, you deceitful aura faker, conning desperate souls with your tarot card tricks and moon phase mumbo jumbo, all while lining your pockets with their hard-earned cash. You fraudulent energy vampire, sucking the life out of vulnerable people with your healing sessions that heal nothing but your bank account and your promises of ascension and superpowers. Did you really say that an angel told you to take a bath in piss to get superpowers and that you did and it worked? David Wilcock, you bogus spiritual guru, spouting cosmic nonsense to mask your greedy, manipulative heart. How dare you exploit the stars themselves, all for your scams. You phony psychic swindler, reading palms and futures and offering prophecies like a carnival hack, but your only real vision is dollar signs in the eyes of your victims. You deceptive meditation mogul, turning inner peace into a pyramid scheme. You absolute fraud of a human being. You fake-ass enlightenment peddler, hiding behind incense smoke, crystals, and vague prophecies you say are from angels while you rob people blind in the name of an angel. You conniving karma con artist, twisting ancient wisdom into a get-rich-quick racket. Karma's coming for you, you hypocritical leech. And I will be the instrument of karma. You bogus crystal wackadoo, selling rocks as miracles when you're the real stone cold liar, preying on the hopeful. You fraudulent astrologer, charting lies in the stars just to justify your thievery. Your horoscope says, exposed and ruined, you zodiac zombie. You deceptive Reiki ripoff artist, waving your hands like a wizard, but delivering nothing but hot air, empty promises, and false predictions of things to come that always seem to fail. You bogus manifestation mastermind, teaching people to attract wealth and manifest their dreams while you manifest their money straight into your wallet. You conniving chakra charmer, aligning nothing but your scams with people's desperation. You're out of alignment with any shred of decency. David Wilcock, you fake spiritual advisor, whispering sweet nothings from the universe that are just echoes of your own greedy schemes. You fraudulent dream interpreter, turning nightmares into profit while you're the real nightmare haunting honest folks and their finances. You deceptive hustler, blending crystals and hype and predictions into a toxic brew of lies. Drink your own poison, you crystal quack. David Wilcock, you phony aura reader, seeing colors that aren't there to color your victims' worlds with false hope, but real debt. You bogus energy cleanser, smudging spaces with sage, but leaving behind the stench of your own corruption. You fake meditation mentor, guiding people to inner calm while you stir up chaos in their finances. You fraudulent soul healer, patching invisible wounds with invisible results, all for very visible payments. You deceptive cosmic con, aligning planets in your favor and solar flashes into a financial windfall for you, but dooming your followers to disillusionment and disappointment. David Wilcock, you phony enlightenment entrepreneur, franchising fraud under the guise of spiritual awakening. Did you know that? There's an easy payment plan for his bullshit. He finances his fraud. How very kind of him. David Wilcock, you bogus vibrational visionary, tuning frequencies into fraud, while the only vibe or vibration that you're raising is suspicion and rage. You have conned people long enough. Mr. Wilcock, your latest angel scam is coming crashing down in 71 more days. When January 1st, 2026 comes, even his stupidest of followers will know that David Wilcock scammed them yet again. With fake angel prophecies, with fake predictions, with fake psychic enlightenment, and fake promises of ascension to come. And how ironic that it takes a devil to bring your followers closer to the truth. Then I say, so be it. Down with fake frauds like David Wilcock and his like. I will be the instrument of karma and vengeance. David Wilcock, your days of being able to scam people without anyone standing up for those victims and giving them the truth are over. No longer, Mr. Wilcock. No longer will you be able to scam your audience and get away with it. Now there will be consequences, Mr. Wilcock. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. So I will take some comments and questions from the live chat. Kevin Alt says, rant, rant, rant. Yes, indeed, I will. Indeed, I will rant, rant, rant. It appears I need to make some adjustments to this facade. Yes. Sam Corvin says, I know David Wilcock is going to hell. My question is, are you going to let him in? Yes. Yes. And I have a particular set of torturous punishments waiting for him here in hell. That is right. I'm going to make him be near vaginas. That is one circle of hell I have created. I will surround David Wilcock with vaginas. After all, did you know vaginas make David Wilcock sick? Vaginas make him throw up. So I will surround him with vaginas, I will. The ultimate torturous punishment for David Wilcock will be hundreds of vaginas he cannot escape. Yes. You're the devil, bro. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Yes, indeed. That is kind of the point, isn't it? Yes, I believe so. Definitely need to make some adjustments. So, questions or comments for me? Lucifer, put them in all capital letters and I will try to get them. Yes. Baphomet. No, I'm Lucifer. That's someone else. Yes. Yes. Inquisition News is here. Welcome. Welcome. Just pay, yes. Pay me $666 so I can star seed us all. Yes. Check this out. Send David Wilcock your whole check every month and you get nothing. Ha ha. Yes, that is true. Yes, he scams everyone. Hail, blessed UFO Satan. There was already a UFO Satan. I'm UFO Lucifer, just to be clear. The spell is set. Halloween stream. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes. That's pretty sweet. You can drink in that thing. Well, there's a requirement because it gets extremely hot in this thing. So I have to be able to drink, and I don't want to go 2 or 3 hours without smoking. So I can also smoke in it. Very convenient. Yes. And no, for those wondering, I'm not smoking the devil's lettuce. No. Is it true that David will be running a banana sandwich stand in hell? If we let him, yes. He'll be making everyone a banana sandwich. That is true. Yes. All these women are off-putting. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, smoke them if you got them. Of course you aren't late. U.S. government shutdown hits 3 weeks. Very sad for those who may not be able to make ends meet during this. Hopefully, they will reach a compromise, I hope. Are you going to give out Halloween candy in that mask? Actually, I have some other plans this year for Halloween. This is a very old situation. I've used it several years in a row recently. So this year I'm doing something new. Yes, but still very devilish. Yes, and scary. Yes. All right. Questions or comments for me, please put them in all capital letters. And by the way, please be sure to visit our website, truthseekershow.com. From there, you can see me humiliate this crystal hippie wanker, David Wilcock, all the time. There's plenty of episodes. We call it the wacky world of Wilcock. So wacky that he hasn't been put in prison for his various scams. Yes, but don't worry. Soon karma is coming. I will be the instrument of vengeance for many. Yes, indeed. Oh, I definitely will have to adjust some things. I shouldn't have to be messing with this so much. It should just stay where it needs to be. But this is actually a backup of this facade, if you will. And wouldn't you know it, Stephen Cambion let his son borrow the original, and now we have no idea where it is. Yes, so this is a backup of the facade. Yes. Is there a show tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here's more good news. Many of you have been asking Stephen for more shows every week. But time was short. He's building a cabin and, trying to spend as many nights as possible banging his hot wife. So he's very busy. They bang a lot. It's gross. Anyway, Starting this week, shows will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That means you get an extra show every week, whether you fucking want it or not, right? Yeah. The alien mask I have stinks like an elephant's carcass was made of rubber. Yes, baking soda. Baking soda and soak it in baking soda and water. Yeah, that will work. Yes, try baking soda. Try more. Try more. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, so we have done our due diligence, and we want to take a moment to thank you, kind and generous benefactors, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Praise the cash, my friends, and thank you all for your support, your YouTube channel members, Patreon supporters. Did you know that? For as little as $1 a month, you can support things like this, because we use the Patreon funds for parts and paints and supplies, and latex is not cheap, right? So please consider joining our Patreon for $1 a month, or become a member on YouTube for $5. Same benefits, same videos, but you get a channel member badge and some extra goodies on YouTube. Yes. So Troll says, rock on, see you tomorrow. Yes. Well, we will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, indeed. And we will have a very special show for you. We want to thank you, kind and generous benefactors. We've hit the goal again. Yes. And for those asking, I will have an update next week. We will be announcing finally the first date of the Internet Insanity Circus Kick-only show. And we will be doing a Kick.com exclusive show this week, a panel show where you too can join and become a part of the show. This week on Truth Seekers, don't just watch the show. Don't just listen to the show. No, become a part of the show by joining our panel. And make sure you put your credit card information to Kick, because we're going to need some Kick support, so that Stephen Cambian doesn't have to blame the Kino Casino for lack of subs on Kick. Okay, we don't want to be dark side Phil, no. So we have done our due diligence. Thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. But that's all we've got for you. Until next time, I'm UFO Lucifer. Good night, and God bless all of you. Except you, David Wilcock. God damn you to hell, man!